and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my mouth friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Law Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I'm helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Yuan-Ti Sorcerer, who is traveling with the Tempest Adventuring Guild, trying to find the other half of her soul, who is hiding somewhere away, far from reach.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello! He's gonna keep waving forever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lost Archives. Raph's still waving. Welcome, everybody, for our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. It's been absolutely... We've been missing you. We've missed you guys since last week. But for those of you who came and joined us for our first episode of the Curse of Strahd campaign, thank you very much. Our Session 0 went absolutely brilliantly. We were trying out a new style of Session 0, and I think it went quite well. And I'm definitely going to use it for all my future Session 0s. And I'm going to have, for all of our future campaigns, a recorded/live stream Session 0. Because it gives you a chance to really get to know the characters and for the characters to mesh with the world and with each other in a roleplay-based way, rather than going away, doing all of your work, and then coming back and be like, yeah, I'm a barbarian, and I've lived through this incredible trauma. I had my arm cut off when I was 16, and then my dad didn't love me. So that can happen as part of the Session 0, but we do it as a team so that we all get to bond over that shared trauma.
And also, if you haven't played D&D before, it's a good way to learn how to make a character.
Really great way to learn how to make a character. So yes, we will definitely be live streaming on our Session 0. So yeah, thank you everybody who came and watched the live stream for our first episode of Curse of Strahd. And thank you everybody who's been watching it on YouTube. I only put it up last night, and it's already, I think, up over 80 views. So thank you so much, guys. That's I'm touched. Thank you. No Avatar Legends stream tomorrow night, unfortunately. I have a conference over the weekend that has just extended, so I'm going to be quite busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then straight back into the work week again, which is great. I'm very happy about that, and it's great. So I'll get through all of that and probably reach next weekend and just be very tuckered out. Curse of Strahd is still happening Monday. I don't care if I have to drink 16 coffees before the stream begins. I will be there and I will be caffeinated for it. And then obviously with D&D Tyranny of Dragons, we will be back again next Wednesday as well, obviously as well. I think that's all of the fun announcements I had to share. Does anyone else have anything fun they want to share? For those of you who can see Raph's screen, you'll notice that Raph's in his car tonight. So there is a very slight lag between Raph talking audio and his mouth moving, but it's only every so often. So I don't think you'll even notice it, except now that I've pointed out, you can't unsee it. But if you're wondering where Raph is, he's not been locked in a basement or in a dark room, which is kind of what it looks like on the stream. It looks like this is the Halloween edition, and we've locked Raph in the basement.
We definitely didn't lock him in the room to keep him in our stream.
No,
that's
exactly. Yeah, exactly right. No, Raph. Exactly.
I'm actually in Owen's cupboard. Please help.
Quiet, cupboard boy. The only other thing I was going to say is I have also updated the Lost Archives wiki, and Nightbot has absolutely done me a solid once again and has posted in chat the link to the wiki. If you wanted to see all the homebrew rules that we're running for Tyranny of Dragons as well as for Curse of Strahd, you can access all of that information from the wiki, as well as some background information on the characters, the world. If you're sort of coming in and you don't want to go go back to episode 1. I don't blame you 100%. There's 94 episodes you have to go back and listen to. If you just wanted to jump in at around episode 50, I've done a little recap to get you there, and also another one for episode 75. So if you wanted to just jump in for the most recent couple of episodes, there is a quick story, cheat sheet, Spark Notes, crash course to get you up to speed.
Nice.
I figured it was about time. And I will also be doing the same. It's a lot. You guys have done a lot. Speaking of, let's start the session. I'll go through the recap for last session, and then we will jump straight back into the action. So, the Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Order of the Dragon. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which would bring a dark draconic god Tiamat back into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group: Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who have now journeyed from Chiari to a tower located on a tiny island in the Shattered Isles. Shivers, a Tabaxi priest of Mors Sacris, a religion heavily tied to necromancy, has led the party to Zonthal's tower, a crumbling ruin now used by the cult. One of the cult members, Iskander, sent Shivers to locate the party, offering the blue dragon mask in exchange for his safety. Arriving at the tower, the group navigated a dangerous maze, fought members of the cult, and have now delved deep into the undercroft below to try and find Iskander. After a tense battle with some elemental myrmidons, the group have been following a blood trail through the catacombs. The trail led the party to a corridor seemingly opened into astral space, and after dropping a few pastries off the side and firing an arrow, the group continued on and arrived in a large room containing 2 massive hourglasses, filled with some strange golden glowing sand. Alas, also in the room was the body of Iskander, having succumbed to some pretty serious injuries a few hours before they arrived. Lockie, curious as ever, and keen to find out what the hourglasses did, decided to slowly tilt one, causing time in the local area to begin flowing backwards. Unfortunately, this local reversal of time began to damage the hourglass, causing one to crack and then shatter. The release of energy caused Lockie's body to regress to its state 33 years prior, but also reconnect his memories and remind him of the name of his creator, a storm giant princess called Sarissa. With the hourglass shattered, time then began flowing forwards again, which repaired the hourglass and restored Lockie to his position before touching it. It gets complicated. I recommend you go back and watch that episode. The rest of the party, a bit spooked by this, decided to try and retrieve the mask and leave. However, Shana began to grow a little bit suspicious of Mira and her sudden interest in the blue dragon mask. And that is where we left off last time. Now, Jared, obviously you weren't here last time, so I played Jin.
Yeah, I've listened to the podcast today, so I'm aware of all the time shenanigans and other things.
Yeah,
I heard it all. It was pretty fun. It was good.
It was definitely one of the more fun sessions I've ever done in terms of like dealing with. I don't want to say timey-wimey, but with time stuff.
Yeah. Everyone's seen the new ad for Doctor Who, by the way?
Yeah, I'm stoked to see. No, we can't say that's a spoiler.
No spoilers.
Yep.
So I hand straight back over to you guys. No time has passed from where we left off. Lockie has just been splintered apart and then rebuilt around the core, which is now integrated into his system. And as you guys see, underneath Lockie's armor, his body melds perfectly with this core that he's been carrying around. It's as if he was always designed around this thing. And Lockie, you would know from the core rectifying that temporal dissonance, you've always had this. Your memories show you always having it, and then you still have your original memories. The rest of the party, Lockie has always had this core. You have no memory of any alternate timeline where he did not.
What?
Just a fun fact. So Lockie's the only one who knows that he didn't originally have this as part of his design.
Do we still have the memory of when we were under the water aquarium kind of looking thing? Like,
yeah, you remember all that. You just don't.
Anything cool happen down there? Or just...
No, time continues on as you remember. I mean, there's still a core there, but not the same one. This one's always been part of Lockie's design, so therefore Drifthaven had to have been built around a different core. So time actually kind of sorts itself out. The paradox kind of resolves itself quite nicely in this instance, because it's a vital part of the city's construction, and because that core would always had to have been placed there, it's just a different core now that was placed there. Same function, but different center. Just to really mess with you guys.
My brain didn't hurt enough already.
Sorry. I mean, I say I'm sorry. I'm not really that sorry. There we go, Matt. I've got you back on the middle of the screen. So I hand straight back over to you guys.
what I remember from the podcast, I think Shana actually placed the stone on the wizard's head.
Yeah.
And I think that was the cliffhanger. So
You did. I think you placed it on the. It was the reanimated Iskander's head, was it not?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Not on me.
Not on you.
And even eyes
had, body.
And even eyes had like materialized in a shadow, and people actually saw that.
Yeah.
Well, that materialized because we gave the mask.
Oh, was that
to
my
Shana.
shadow?
To Shana? Was it Shana?
Yeah,
Shana.
we gave it.
Someone was trying to play hot potato with it and handed
Yeah,
it.
and the other was like,
and then Varys is like,
because everyone saw the shadow. We're like, oh, okay. That ain't good.
Shivers has it.
Yeah,
now.
Shivers hasn't.
Yeah, I think I've put it in my bag.
Yeah.
Because I think Yervith was like, I think Shivers should probably have it because he's the one that's been doing the most.
And not
I
getting by it.
honestly thought
Handling
that
it
the whole
most.
time, like Shana was going to place, because I think people realized pretty quick that Shivers is the only wizard left in the tower.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
is she
thought
gonna
that was
place
gonna
the
happen.
stone?
Yeah.
On his head, because that'd be like terrible.
Well, yeah.
Well, that was-
is still there.
Well, yes. Let's put that away for now, I guess, because that could happen later on. But for now,
Shana
I think she placed the stone on the
place the
reanimated
moonstone
body.
on the zombie's head. Nothing happens. As you sort of let go, it just drops off immediately. No connection, no light, nothing happens.
Are you sure you're doing it right?
Would love that minus
Not
2.
really, actually. I have not a lot of clue what this thing does
that
or
meant to
how
happen?
it's supposed to work. I mean, I thought something like there would have been some sort of reaction or like, a
Maybe-
magical sense.
Maybe
Maybe
because it's
broken.
undead. It's not really connecting.
Could I please have a look at that rock of yours? Can I see that?
Yes, but be very careful with it, and whatever you do, don't put it on your head. I mean, like,
Okay.
if she has like a little like scrap of cloth or something, she's gonna like sort of try and wrap it, just to give him an option to like not physically touch it at all. And so
Okay.
she's like gently.
Yeah, I mean, you
passes it
can.
off.
You'd have like a handkerchief or something. You just put it underneath and then hand it to Shivers in the handkerchief. Shivers, you can see it's a moonstone, roughly about 10 centimeters in diameter, slight oval shape, beautiful opalescent, almost like a mist white center. You can sort of see these brilliant swirls of white, almost like a quartz crystal through the middle of it. Just a very nice specimen of a moonstone. This looks like it's probably worth about 10 gold pieces.
Can I roll for the fuck is up with that?
That would be an Arcana check or a Nature check, depending on what you want to know.
I know obviously that it's got some level of magical something going on.
I wouldn't say you
so I'll
know
go-
that. I would say you might think that.
Well, no, because we spoke about it in the last session, I believe, didn't
Yep.
we? About
I will second that. You might think it. Your character thinks that it might have some magical properties. You don't know that.
Yeah.
No one's done any detect magic or identify or anything on this thing ever. Actually,
Sure. Well, okay. Assuming from what I've been told that it has magical properties, I'm going to do an Arcana check on it then, just to see if I know anything about anything.
I think that makes a lot of sense. You did roll
I'm
twice.
trying to roll.
3 times now. No, it's
Oh,
all come
did I?
up. Don't worry. Yep,
Oh,
I will
okay.
take the first one. Unfortunately, the second one was a natural 20 for a total of 27.
Yeah.
But the first one, 21, is still good. 21's still great. Shivers, as you examine this thing, you look for telltale signs of magic. Sometimes items, when they're imbued with magic, can take on a certain kind of hue. If you hold them up to the light just right, sometimes you can see light bending around them. Sometimes you'll notice a bit of a glimmer coming off them. You don't see any signs of any of that. You go to sort of do a couple of cantrips. Sometimes you can notice using other magic around enchanted objects. Sometimes the magic might act a little bit strangely. Sometimes it's not quite right. All of your cantrips work as normal. There's no signs of any magic to this thing at all. In fact, by the time you've sort of finished your investigation, you come to the conclusion that probably this thing isn't magical in any way or form. It's just a really nice moonstone.
Shana, where did you get this?
Patron gave it to me. He was sort of
Who
saying,
did?
"Yep." Varys did,
Oh,
but
that wasn't
thing is-
out of game. That was out of game. Sorry, I just couldn't. I didn't hear what you said.
sorry.
I'm happy for you to answer Varys did in-game if you wish.
No,
It's up
that's
to
fine.
you.
I thought she had said something like Peter. I just
Yeah,
I didn't
Peter.
hear-
Peter gave it to me. You know, Peter down the road. Yeah,
That's why. That's why. That's
Yeah.
why I
I've
got
been-
alerted though, because I'm
I've been
like,
gifted
hey,
Warlock
that's like
patron powers by Peter.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like that's
Peter
like a
Malak.
blatant lie. Who the hell is he? Who is that?
Peter the patron.
Peter Patron.
Yeah,
Peter
you've
patron.
been given
Darren,
access to
gotcha.
using like
My
baking
bad.
skills to disguise yourself by your patron Peter Malak. No.
My bad.
So it is supposed to do magical things. This is correct.
What I was told is that this stone should be able to, you put it on the forehead and he gets a download of information or something. But I'm honestly wondering if he's just fucking with me because
I'm going to put it on my
first
forehead.
time.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Shivers.
can Shana try and stop him? Like she is still worried.
Okay, you can. You are a little bit away. Like the distance Shiver's arm has to move is just up. Like it literally is like a 45-degree pivot. You've got to run across a couple of meters and grab his hand. So yeah, do you want to make me a I'd say a dexterity saving throw, Shana, to try and grab his hand as he does this?
Yeah, slow motion. Give it a
Yeah.
slow motion.
Do I contest that against anything? Or?
No. I've set
It
a
hasn't
DC for
rolled
it.
in because I haven't clicked on my character.
You got a 19.
19. Shana, just as it gets up to the tip of his, like it's just about to touch his skin, your hand grabs his wrist and stops him getting it any closer.
Yes, it might be a dud. Yes, it might not work. But do you really want to risk it?
I am very certain that this thing is not magical.
Okay, she lets go of his hand. She's about, she felt the need to at least fucking try.
Shivers is still tense, so the second you let go, he just hits himself in the head with it. Shivers. As the cold gemstone touches your forehead, obviously you've got no fur, so it's straight against your naked skin. You feel the cold of the gemstone, and there's a moment, for a second, a moment of doubt creeps in, and you go, oh, I forgot to do this test. I forgot to actually cast any magic to identify it. But it's too late now. It's touching your skin. Nothing happens.
I'm going to roll my eyes back in my head and like fall over.
Can you make me a performance check?
Fuck
Performance
yeah.
check, please, Shivers. I want to see how good this performance is.
Can I inside it? I want to
Yes,
see
of
if
course
I
Let's
know.
see what he rolls first, man. He might roll horribly.
You might not need to worry.
Did that roll?
13? No, 13's okay. 13's above average. 10's an average. So
So
Shivers just
passive
go.
my passive insight's 14, so I actually pick
Yeah.
up on that.
Rolls for a heart attack.
That'll be a con save, Shana, if you want to roll for a heart attack. No. As Shivers drops to the ground, your zombies don't react at all and don't move, don't do anything. Sorry, your zombie, I should say. Oh no, you've got 2 now. Zombies, I stand by that. Because you've reanimated Iskander.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
we've still got Tibbles.
Tibbles is still
got
hanging on.
Tibbles forever.
I used so many bardic inspirations on that zombie.
I'm
worth
going to
it.
find a way,
It's worth it.
even though I'll leave this stream, I'm going to find a way to bequeath Tibbles to you guys.
Literally, like I
Zombie.
used like
Raph, I just
3
want to.
bardic inspirations on that thing.
I think it was only 2.
No, I used a ton of. I used a
did
bunch
you?
of
Last
cutting
session.
words.
Ah, true. True.
I used so many cutting words in that thing.
I was going to say, Raph, these guys don't have the best track record with keeping pets.
Yeah.
No,
No, we
we
don't.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
What D&D stream does, let's be honest.
But yeah, Shivers, you do your quick thing. Shana goes, like, no! Oh, you fucker.
Sorry, I could not help myself. It was just a little joke. And I stand up again and give her the rock. This rock is just a pretty rock.
Seems like
You have
your
been had.
patron is playing tricks with you, Shana.
Not the first time, and I doubt it'll be the last. And I guess she just tucks it back in while mentally thinking, you asshole.
How,
Shivers, you knew. Did you
No,
did
go
you
back.
cast any magic on that? How did you know?
I cast some magic around it, and I looked at it briefly, and it looked like a normal rock. It did not show any signs of being magic, and I am an inquisitive person, so I had to see for myself.
Shana, how loudly do you say "you arsehole" in your head? Is this something you're like saying out loud, or is it more just like a mutter inside your head?
Yeah, more of like just a subtitled mutter.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so Shivers currently has the blue dragon mask just tucked into his because Shivers, I think, probably like it's quite large. I should point this out. It's not only is it large in terms of the surface area, because it's slightly angled forward like a dragon's head, it is very hard to fit into a normal sized backpack. So kind of the way it's sitting at the moment is stuffed into the top of your backpack, and then the flap isn't sealed, it's just hanging loosely over the top of it.
Is the mouth piece an open mouth? Or like
yes, it is.
Holes or anything?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna get like some rope that like would tie the pack together and just sling it through that and dangle it off the side of the pack rather than
Perfect.
have it
Yes.
in the pack.
Easily done. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
Alrighty. What would you guys like to do?
I will look after this for all of you guys until we get out of here. As an impartial party member, it's probably the safest option just for now.
I agree.
I do too.
I believe that is the safest option.
Mm.
But
It'd be interesting to know if they did make any progress with it down here. Like, what was he even doing down here? We don't know. You didn't find anything out, did you, Lockie?
Not really, apart from diving
Perhaps-
through the walls, but no.
perhaps the Skander was trying to maybe revert back time, trying to subvert his own death.
That would make a lot of sense. Or at least, yeah.
But surely, did he know about the elementals? Surely. Why
I mean,
would he come down
his
here?
body shows, parts where he's been burned, parts where he's been bludgeoned and cut. You suspect he probably did have a run-in with the Myrmidons.
So what was he doing down here?
Maybe he was just desperate enough to try.
When you're near death, any option is a good option. It seems like he took his chance.
Either that or he didn't know about them, which is troubling. Considering he lived
Yeah.
there.
So he was injured before he came to the Myrmidons. Is that what you're saying?
No, it looks like the Myrmidon's the one that injured him because he's burnt and slashed and cut.
Yes, so why would he come down here?
Well, like I said, either he was desperate enough because he was poisoned and dying to try,
And
or he didn't
reverse
realize
time.
that the security would be quite so rough.
Plus, the cult were after
was-
him as well. Maybe this was his best chance
Well,
to get
I
away
think
from
what happened was, I think, is that he ran past the security, got all the Myrmidons activated, and he ran past, took some damage, and then the people following him are the ones that actually took the main brunt of the fight from the security
Oh,
force.
there were those. Yes, I remember.
The corpses, you're right.
There were those
yeah.
corpses.
So he sprinted past, activated them, took some damage, and then those poor souls walked into, a bit of a death trap.
It was quite a whirlwind. Okay, I see.
I see what you did there.
So, thank you.
Speaking of whirlwind, there is one back there.
Yes. Well, we put a door snake.
Of
you remember?
course.
So
That's
it definitely can't get through.
Yeah, there's no
Would it-
way.
No.
Is it worth
No, it's-
investigating any of the other chambers while we're down here?
Well, I was
Wherever-
thinking,
wherever we might be.
Rivers, we should get rid of those cult members if there are any still lurking around for you.
Yes. I think that would be a good idea, and we should probably check on my master, seeing as he has just been left alone up in the room.
So we clear the rooms down here and we head back.
Owen
I think
also
that is a
really
good idea.
loves, Owen loves time stuff, so...
Owen loves
What do you
time.
mean?
With time shenanigans.
I would love something as we're
I love
in a
time.
room with 2 hourglasses.
It's just that the boss may be in more trouble than we maybe think.
It's 50 years later. We walk out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going first.
Technically,
so.
we're on a new timeline, but let's not get into that.
What?
I do have one thing to say. We should, if we're going to deal with those cultists, let's go like, maybe 3 or 2 at a time, because last time we all made a big commotion.
Maybe a sneakier approach would be a good idea.
Yes, precisely.
Certainly help with that.
Perfect.
I have,
Alrighty.
I have
Feel
one
free to.
level sec. I have one second level spell slot. Yervith is going to cast Pass Without Trace for you guys. 'Cause he is a
Ooh.
nice boy.
Plus 10 to stealth.
Oh, that's
I-
nice.
Thank you, Yervith.
You just let me know when you guys are stealthing, and I will take that into consideration.
As
And
soon as we
either of
leave
you-
the
How
room.
long? How long does it last for, Matt?
It's like 1 hour.
Hour.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 hour? No.
Yeah, so just-
Yeah.
As we do start to sneak and move, can Lockie just slowly over time passively observe his friends and fellows, because he has a funny feeling he's on a different timeline than the one he remembers. He just wants to see if anything's different.
Jin has a moustache.
Um,
But like a really dirty, wispy moustache.
filthy.
All of Yervith's facial scars are like reversed.
So to do that, I'm just going to give control of Iskander to you, Raph, so you've got the zombie. Yeah, can you make me an insight or a perception check or an investigation check, please, Lockie?
Wow,
Your
okay.
choice.
This is
I'll do my best.
This is weird.
this is-
26,
that's a good roll.
Lockie. As you look over, nothing immediately jumps out as being significantly different about any of the members of the party. Everyone looks somewhat the same to what you remember. And as you compare it to your previous memory banks, you do sort of one-for-one image comparisons, everyone seems to be the same as they were. Your investigation, though, doesn't just stop there. As you have a bit of a look around and begin to take in your surroundings, you also pick up sounds like some sort of faint humming through the floor, rising up through your feet, this vibration. And as you focus and concentrate, there's a very faint vibration coming through the floor from over towards the east of where you guys are now. And there's a feeling of very, very slight vibration through the floor.
Does it feel mechanical, like a repeating sort of motion, or like
No.
someone's tapping?
No, none of those. It's almost like, I would say, like a musical note held.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's him.
No.
Like a
Square
speaker
remembers.
is on, right? And it's just reverberating constantly.
Yeah, too low to be auditory, but the frequency is still
but
being
just-
transmitted through the ground, and Lockie just picks up this vibration.
I have no idea what this is, by the way.
Coming from the east.
This is probably before Yervith.
It's not similar to the song or the sound that you remember hearing right before the giants disappeared. It's not like that at all. I just want to make sure that's really clear.
Oh,
This
good.
is like
yeah,
a,
good.
just want to make sure. It's not
Okay. All right.
No, I'm on this.
Less concerned, but still concerned. All right. Well, he's not going to mention anything to his friends just yet because they have other things in mind, but definitely going to file that away for a later discussion.
If we're ready to go, shall we continue on?
We'll sneak out.
So,
Yervith, as we leave the room, Yervith will cast Pass Without Trace.
Alrighty. Are all of you
Nice.
stealthing?
Sure.
Make me stealth rolls. And
Yeah.
it's a plus 10, so Mira, that's a 19 up to 29. Jin, that's a
Well,
9
I'm
up to
gonna roll.
19.
I got a 3, so that's good.
That's a 19, that's not too bad. That's a natural 1 for Lockie, so that's 6 up to
Oh,
16.
Lockie.
Yervith, 22 up to 32. But,
Nice.
I got an 18, but my VTT isn't going through again.
oh, that's
Oh.
okay. Just refresh.
Must be. It has to
beyond
be
20.
the attachment. Oh, not the
This happened
attachment.
last session as well.
I need
Yeah,
to reinstall the
Just refresh beyond 20.
It'll be the Beyond 20 thing.
beyond 20.
Yervith will probably take the lead as well.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys. So the lowest is 16. Good to know. Shivers, 16 up to 26. Nice.
That's good. Overall, the average is really high.
Yeah. Now,
Yep.
Shivers, can I have you please roll for
You
the
go, Shana.
zombies?
Oh yeah, the zombies.
How stealthy are zombies, man?
Zombies. You might think zombies aren't stealthy on account of them being, and I quote, moving with a jerky, uneven gait.
That would do it.
So I can roll for the zombies if you like. You've rolled
Wow, no, you rolled a
Just
4 and a
4
2.
and a 2, and they get a -2. So that's
Oh.
a 2 and a 0. Up
So
to
10 and
a
12.
12 and a 10.
10 and a 12.
Brilliant. Thank you. As you guys move out into the corridor and begin walking down, as soon as you get to, I'll just drop you guys off here. As soon as you get to the fork in the road, you hear a voice coming from the corridor towards the northeast of where you guys are.
Oh, fuck.
Hello? Is there somebody there? Please. I need your help. Please. Hello?
Does it sound
Oh, what?
humanoid or like
Somebody in
mechanical?
trouble.
Humanoid, but much deeper, and there's sort of a reverberation to it. It's echoing in a very acoustic chamber. It sounds like, I have taken an arrow to the knee. I cannot leave. I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow to the knee. No, it doesn't sound like that. It does not sound
They
like
playing
this.
Skyrim again.
Must have been the wind. Could have swore I heard something. See those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved.
What?
Sorry.
All over the Disrael train!
I love it.
It's just when that voice actor says curved that gets me. It's like his chin just drops off. Curved. Every time. They've got curved swords.
Why is that so funny to me?
It just is. It just is. It is to me too. That's why I do it. Sorry. As you hear a voice call out, "Hello.
So,
Is there somebody there? Please. I need your help."
so what? So the zombies at the back, we can obviously probably
They
hear.
go every time
Yeah,
they
so-
move, and there's like, as their legs like shuffle on the ground.
Okay, gotcha. So
The Iskander zombie's being partially disemboweled, and the scrape of his intestines as they're pulled along the ground. No, Shivers would have dealt with that. Just the
Yeah.
scrape of his leg as he moves along the ground it's quite loud. It is very acoustically identifiable, shall we
I'm gonna
say.
get him. I'm gonna turn to Shivers and just go, stop the zombies for a quick second.
They're not. Yes, good idea.
Perfect.
Okay, you two, can you just stay here, please, and guard this hallway? No, shush. No, it's quiet time. Quiet time.
The zombies both put their hands over their mouths.
So where is this voice coming from, Owen? Like over here?
The corridor
or
up towards
here?
the northeast. It sounds like it's coming from a
Northeast.
room beyond, from what you can see.
Oh.
Yervith just looks back and goes, should we proceed?
They need help. I think we should help them.
I'm gonna do a quick insight check on the voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if it's more like an effect or
Yeah, 100%.
something.
Oh, like an illusion.
Natural 20, 24.
Nice.
Jin, this
Ooh.
is a real voice, but it has a quality to it. This isn't a human voice or an elven voice. This is something else.
I like that.
You don't get the sense it's lying when it said, "Hello, is somebody there? Please help me." That sounded like a genuine call for help, but there's a quality to this voice, an echo, a deepness to it that identifies it as a bit strange to your ears, not a timbre that you've heard before ever.
I'm gonna sort of look around the group, present them that information, be like, I definitely think it's something. Might not be like a human or an elf or something like that, though. It has particular echo to it that is most peculiar. I've never heard of it. And as I pointed out, I imagine everyone else would sort of start picking up on some of the things, like the indicators, and other people would sort of have more, they'll get an idea for it. Do we hear any movement towards us?
No sounds of movement. As you guys are silent for a little bit longer, the voice speaks again. "Please, I know you have no reason to trust me, but I have been down here for a very long time. All I want is my freedom."
Yervith, you're the best at stealth out of all of us. Maybe you would like to scout ahead and get a bit of a look. Just be very aware of any traps. Maybe I'll walk behind you at least and support.
Of course.
I'll use Mage Hand to almost sweep in front of Yervith just in case there's like anything. I'll like put it like, what is Mage Hand? Like 30 feet.
Yeah.
So I'll gesture us to come back a little bit. Then I'll start sweeping maybe like 10, 15 feet ahead of him.
Yeah.
And
The ground's
bring
clean. I mean, you're underground, so there's leaves or sticks or things like that.
Oh, I'm doing more for like in case there's any triggers like. For
I'm trying to like move the hand
Blade
across to
or
try and
pressure or
activate
something.
stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You move the hand across. You have to stay behind Yervith, 30 feet behind Yervith at all times to do this. But no, Yervith, as you move up, no traps trigger. And do you move on ahead. As you come around the edge of the corridor, Yervith, you see a large open chamber, roughly 35 feet wide, 35 feet long, this massive square chamber.
Oh.
In the center of it is a red-skinned man, easily 8.5 feet tall, wearing baggy, loose robes around his waist, sitting very calmly, sitting in place, almost like he's meditating with his legs crossed beneath him. He is completely bald, but there is like flames flicking around his head, and also occasionally down, almost forming like a flame beard that moves around like hair, but is made of fire as it flickers around him. No horns, no tail, no claws, just a red-skinned humanoid man. Oh, he almost looks a little bit like a ganassi, a fire ganassi.
So
8.5 feet tall.
I'm going behind you. I probably don't know what that is, but I'm going to use minor illusion behind me to create a. However, how much minor illusion takes up? I think like
5 foot.
A 5 foot cube. So I'm going to make basically like a 5 foot cube television to broadcast the image of that to my friends behind me, so they can actually see what it is.
Nice,
Cool.
nice. The rest of you now see this as well. He seems to be sitting somewhat calmly, cross-legged, as if meditating. And Yervith, as you look, your perception is pretty ridiculous. You don't need to roll for this.
Yeah.
You can also see around him, glowing very faintly, is what looks to be a circle painted onto the ground, but glowing very faintly with this red glow, completely surrounding him. He's sitting very calmly in the center of this circle. Apart from him in this room, there's not much else to see. Over on the far wall from where you are... Oh, no, you can't see that. No, never mind. Nothing.
No.
That's it.
I will sort of move up to Yervith. Yervith, should we
Oh,
move
hello,
back
Mira.
and converse with our
There you go, buddy.
Help me,
compatriots?
thank you.
For the purposes of Jin's
Mira's
minor
already
illusion,
there.
I'm just going to move you guys all here just so that
Yeah,
you can
I'll
see
just
it really
move him
quickly.
forward. I didn't mean to go to the next dimension.
There you go.
Oh,
Just so you
well,
can
I
all
think
see.
me and Yervith are probably going to go back.
Yeah. I just want to make sure
Anyway,
they can all
yeah.
see.
That's fine. So they can
Yeah.
actually see what it looks like.
I think that may be wise, Jin.
Yeah, we're going to move back and we're going to have a bit of a powwow.
Okay. You guys move back into the corridor.
I will keep the minor illusion up though, and just keep resetting it, or just keep it there for however long it lasts, so people can. I'll put it up against the wall so we can look at it, study it, sort of come up with an attack plan.
Yeah.
I'll sort of go around and sort of bring everyone in. Does anyone know what that is? I don't. I don't think Jin would know. I don't see how he could.
I don't think Yervith would know
The
either.
people who I will get to roll things, it's going to be Shivers and Lockie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that makes
I
reckon
would
most.
say Mira as well.
Yeah, Mira might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm gonna get
Iskander if
Mira
he
to
was
make-
alive.
Iskander if he was alive, yeah. Iskander would just tell you because Iskander talked to this.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So would this be a nature check?
Or Arcana or History.
Arcana?
I will allow any one of those combinations, and I will tell you specific things depending on which one you roll. Arcana, Nature, History.
This is... Oh, because I have a minor illusion up broadcasting the image, is that in a way a help action? Because I'm giving them like points to focus
I
on
will
and
make
look
the
at.
DC slightly easier. It's not enough for
Okay.
advantage because
That's-
they're going to
that's
have
cool.
to know things, but I will
I
make the DC
realized
slightly
it could
easier.
be... I thought it might be a little bit like, strong, so I thought I would run it past you first.
No, I like it because you not describing it, you showing them what it looks like does help them out in this, but it's not so much a help action per se as it is more of a. It does make their job a bit easier. Mira 10 for Arcana. You're thinking back, like the description of the creature. Well, as you look at it, the red skin, the flames dancing across its head and chin and chest every so often. The fact that there were elemental myrmidons down here, maybe this is some sort of elemental.
Yeah, I think that's probably as much as I'd get out of that.
Yeah, maybe. Lockie, natural 20 for a total of 28.
Hey.
Whoa!
Lockie,
What
your databank, which you've just recently connected to this internal core, turns out the giants took a lot of interest in the elemental planes because all of their magic was powered by elemental magic. You know instantly what this is. This is an Afriti, This is a physical embodiment of the elemental of fire. It is a genie made of fire. It is an inhabitant of the elemental plane. They are very powerful. Your knowledge of Afriti and the other major sort of jinns and elementals is that generally they're not very friendly to other creatures on account of most other creatures, especially spellcasters, binding them and siphoning their innate power away from them to be able to really crazy magics. So Afriti, you know that they can be quite unfriendly to other creatures. However, you also know that they have love of desert, love of heat. Their natural home is in the elemental plane of fire. You part of your databank connects to this thing called the City of Brass. You don't really know what that is, but that name seems important to you. And these creatures, these Afriti, Afrit, something about the City of Brass, probably where they come from, maybe, or there's some connection there. But yeah, Masters of Flame, immune to fire, can create and put out fires at will. And they often. I should also say they also, when they can fly, and they can transform their lower body into a column of smoke and ember to fly. They can be quite powerful.
I know this isn't obviously for me. This is for Lockie. But did you say anything about what their inherent alignment is?
One of the cool things about Nostea is that no creature has an inherent alignment.
So it could go either way.
So I will say that, as with all the elemental creatures, Lockie, chaos is their natural alignment.
That's fair.
Good and bad.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you're doing the law in this, but would the whole slavery thing still be an issue, or would I A, not know that, or B, that's not a thing?
I will say, so for those of you who are wondering, this is out of game now. In the normal Dungeons and Dragons lore, the Forgotten Realms lore, Afriti generally are slave takers, and pretty intense about that. They'll often enslave other creatures and use them as slaves.
Right.
Not the Afriti and the creatures, not the denizens of the elemental planes in the homebrew world of Nostea.
Cool. Okay.
I like to avoid.
So slavery free
where I can.
Slavery free.
That's nice. I like.
That's
that.
good.
So they're not slave takers. They are isolationists for the most part.
Okay.
And not big fans of creatures from the elemental plane of water, natural enemies, obviously, and also no great lovers of much of the material plane denizens because of the history of being trapped and used as an energy, as a battery, basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's probably what he is then, a battery.
There's a long history there, Lockie.
Yeah.
And Lockie will mention that, being like, the most likely use to have him here is to power some kind of elemental magic, presumably fire.
That seems rather barbaric.
It does a little bit.
Yes. How do we get him out?
Well, assuming he's in that circle, I think if we find some way to either magically or physically break that circle, then it would probably set him free.
So we're in agreement.
I think we should talk to him before we come up with any, we shouldn't. I don't think we should talk to him first and get a bit of a feel for the creature.
He might know some information about the cult and
he definitely could. I just don't want to release him and have him murder all of us.
That's true, but don't throw it out too much because, like I said, they're used to being used by spellcasters, and us walking up to them with at least half a dozen spellcasters. Don't draw it out too much. If you're going to free him, show him some respect. He's still
I totally agree. I think that freeing nothing should be bound. That is not what the spirit is
perhaps
for.
Only some of us should come and talk to him.
Maybe we should talk to him about his character, about why he's trapped here. If we released him, what would he do? Get a gauge on his character. Don't mention anything about information we actually want, because we don't want to release something that's inherently evil. But if he's good, then we should release him. Yes.
And perhaps he could
reminds me of our skill set. Is anybody here able to push beings from the material plane back to their home planes?
Only by killing them.
Vanish. Wow, that's one way to do it, I suppose. But I was talking about magically. I missed
that class at Ranger School.
So-
Along with
so
Thornwood.
you're busy taking Thornwood. Oh wait.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Lockie's coming in with that. Eleanor growls at you, Lockie.
So I can only, probably the best thing I can do is dispel magic, at least like the barrier.
Brutal.
But I have nothing that will actually teleport him to another plane.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't know what Mira has though. Mira's a bit higher. I only got level. I do have level 5, but Mira might have something.
Presumably, he's quite a powerful being as it is. He might have his own ways of going home.
Maybe we should just talk to him.
We definitely need to talk to him. I think we shouldn't free him immediately. We need to see if he's like just who he is first.
Yeah.
And then if we're getting good vibes, then I think we should be fine.
Then
Who are we electing to go up?
I will go.
I don't mind going. I feel like I can possibly help free him. So
I can just
I want you to talk to
see if he is being truthful with his answers.
Maybe I'll stay back because, as you said, I'm maybe a bit more magical, and one of my elements you probably won't enjoy. So
that makes
That's
sense.
a very good point.
Stay back with Mira. Maybe just surrounding him with spellcasters wouldn't be a good idea.
But we'll
We'll stay within range. We'll stay within, 60-odd feet or something.
we'll have our water flask.
We don't want to intimidate him. We'll stay within range where we can kill him with spells, but not in his face. We don't want to.
It may be a good idea for Lockie to stay back as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
in case he has a good memory and can remember back to when the giants were around.
I don't know. Lockie could be good here though, because he might get like a innocence from Lockie. Like Lockie probably more inherently easy to trust.
No, but I was more thinking that the giants use the elementals for their power sources, right? And he is a giant forge, so he has an affinity with giants already.
That is a good point.
I don't recall them using power source. I might be wrong about that, but I don't really recall.
Actually, that's a good point.
Lockie,
do the
you
giants
know
do
that
that?
the giants siphoned energy from the elemental planes using crystals. They didn't use elementals, trapped elementals.
Okay.
That was
They-
more something that the elves did.
Yeah.
Oh.
They didn't trap anything. They did.
Oopsie!
Okay, I might change my form from a half elf to just a regular human.
Good idea.
I'm a wood elf. I'm all about the trees, guys.
Actually, you know what? Everyone loves like hobbits, so I'll turn myself into a halfling.
You watch as Jin shrinks down his clothes again.
I was about to say, turn around for a quick second. I don't know. I'll try and find any costumes I might have that might have fit like smaller. I don't know. Do I have any small clothes actually?
You do back at the ship, but.
Oh, that's
What do I have in the bag of holding?
You've got. You go, Mira.
No, I was just no. This is not Mira. You can wear like a I don't know, like a shirt, like a long shirt, like a dress. Very in right now.
Would you just get a long shirt and then put a belt around the middle,
Yeah.
and it's like a tunic anyway.
like a boyfriend shirt, like one of those.
So I'll be a female halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Women are more trustworthy. That's
We'll
a fact.
do that. We'll do that.
Awesome. All right. So Jin transforms into a female halfling, curly auburn hair, big bright blue eyes,
Rosy
gentle
cheeks.
smile, rosy cheeks. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Little bit of a gap tooth.
A little bit of a gap tooth. Awesome. Who else is going?
What I have
to,
as well.
I think we're keeping the snake, the dragon, and the elf with the dragon back, and we're sending the friendly robot, the cat, and the halfling forward.
Okay. Robot, cat, and halfling.
Ooh.
I like it.
You know what you could do, Matt? You could stand where you are and observe, and just
Yeah.
if you have any pointers. If you have any pointers, I don't know how you could get it across to us, but at least if anything is going off the rails, you can literally just step in and go, guys, like, don't trust that. I don't know, like, if it's really something bad, you should.
Yeah.
should at least
But you know, if
observe.
we just say like, perhaps when you've finished your line of interrogation, come back to me and I'll tell you what I think.
Oh, actually, you know what I might give you? I'm gonna give you a signal whistle or something, or you can like something. Just do like a tiny little bit.
He could just whistle.
He could just whistle as well.
I'll just whistle.
But the signal whistle could give
Sorry.
off a different. But the signal whistle, I don't know what sound it makes, so it could give off something a little bit different
I'll do a bird call.
in a dungeon underground.
I like
Can you
it. I like
actually?
it.
I don't know, because like do
That's
one.
it. Bat sound.
Basically, if you pick up on
I'll do some
you'll notice
echolocation.
Supersonic.
They do make noises.
That's a gift.
So Matt, if you don't agree with something, do your weird, slightly scary bat fall.
Supersonic bat.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Perfect.
Cool.
If you pick up
Alrighty.
on anything that's like pretty alarming.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, the cat, the robot, and the who else was
Female
going?
halfling.
The female halfling. Move up. You guys move up towards the room that contains.
I'd probably leave my gear as well with like Mira. I
Yeah.
think she's pretty.
And I'm gonna leave my zombies behind.
Go ahead.
That's-
Cool.
Oh,
my
really?
God.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll make a note. Yeah. As you guys move up into the room, are you still being stealthy, or are you sort of drawing attention to yourself now?
We probably would. Well, we're gonna
I'm
talk
not
with
drawing
him.
attention to myself, but I'm
Oh,
not.
but
I think
not
we'll
trying
walk
to-
in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll
As-
walk in. We're not trying to be.
you
I don't
guys-
think being stealthy might like catch him a little different.
You guys move yourselves where you want. As soon as you come into view down the corridor, he immediately sort of like looks and then he sort of like waves and stands up. Hello, over here, quick, come, please,
Hello.
please,
I'll
hello.
wave back and run over to him.
Yeah, great. You just position yourself where you want to be. Ah, hello. It's so good that you came and answered my call. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am Taraz the Fair. Thank you for coming to my aid.
Yes, you are stuck in there.
Yes, a very wicked wizard, Zonthal, has trapped me here for some time.
Yes, we did run into him. He's a bit of a character.
So,
Lockie, could you
what-
make me a deception check, please?
Oh wait, did we run into him?
God damn it!
Unless we're like
No.
1,000 years old.
You've definitely not run into Zonthal.
Damn it!
Didn't we? Oh shit.
This can't
We're
start.
in his
Yeah,
tower, but
sorry.
he hasn't been
I
around for
was
ages.
confused.
It's the other timeline.
Is it-
He's still around.
Is it possible for me to give him a bardic inspiration, or is it a bit too?
No, just
quick.
just roll. I promise it won't be two. I promise it won't be two.
Okay. All right.
18.
Wow, I love that it's a crit.
Tara sort of looks you up and down.
20.
Nat 20. Tara looks you up and down, Lockie, and goes, "Ah, you must be very old. Then I have not seen Zonthal for what feels like hundreds of years. I honestly thought he had perished long ago, but if you saw him, then wow, you must be made of impressive things. Technology to create life has come so far since I have been down here. I did not know that constructs could last so long."
I feel like Lockie's so mixed up in time. He's like, did I meet
Did
him
I meet him?
at
Yes,
some point? Maybe.
Now Lockie's starting to believe it. I think
Yeah,
he's
critting on the
really-
deception, Lockie's fooled himself. He's like, I did
Nice.
meet him. And you guys, as you guys hear him say this, you're like, shit, like he was fucking about with that hourglass. Maybe he did meet something.
And like, we honestly don't know how old he actually is.
No one does at this stage.
So
Yes, a very wicked
Probably
wizard
would-
Zonthal has locked me in here for hundreds of years. I have begged for my release, and he never granted it.
So
I'm inside checking the Wicked Wizard bit.
Wicked wizard. You get the sense he believes that. Naturally, for 27 Yervith, I mean, he definitely believes that Zonthal is a wicked wizard, and
As you would.
what he has
Pretty
said so
exciting,
far
yeah.
is not untrue.
Checks out.
He's not said any lies yet. There's no signs of deception or lying on his face. And because you're a bit back, you can focus on the subtle body language hints that others might miss. Being the fly on the wall, really.
yeah.
Yeah, he is absolutely what he's saying he believes, and you can see how excited he is to see people down here. Yes. Oh, before you talk, there was a man who crawled past here before. He went down into that room that way. I think he was injured. I tried to call out, but he did not come. He did not hear me.
Yes.
Perhaps.
We unfortunately he is dead.
We have him with us.
Are you his friends? Were you down here to find him?
We are carrying his corpse to find a burial place outside of this place. As I sort of like begrudgingly sort of elbow punch shivers.
You speak of this thing burying. Is this something you do with your dead? You bury them?
It is a custom of ours.
Oh.
I give him another elbow.
He sort of looks between
the subtlest
Shivers. As
thing.
he looks back at
Stop it.
Shivers, you see his eyes grow a bit wide, and he goes, I have not seen a creature like you before. You are very interesting.
Me? I am a tabaxi.
I have not heard of this creature. It
Should
was
not
not
have
around
known
when I was sealed down here. I've never heard of this tabaxi before.
Oh. But... Hello! Surprise! I am a
Greetings.
tabaxi.
Yes. I imagine the world has changed for you. So
Yes.
what has brought you? So we know what you're here for. What
Here
is
for?
the purpose for you being?
I was trapped here by Zontar many, many years ago. Hundreds, maybe longer. It is hard to
Why
track
did he do
time
that?
down here.
Yes. Why did he do that?
He wanted to siphon my power. I am from the elemental plane of fire. And as he says this, his fire springs up around his shoulders a little bit and then dies back down again.
Is he hot?
No, there's no
like,
heat coming
physically?
off him at all.
He
no,
is
there's
pretty
no
hot.
heat. He is pretty hot.
He's got
Go
a big
for
chiseled six pack. Look at that! Look at those like biceps.
Definitely. He definitely, I mean, this dude's ripped. No, there's no heat in this room at all. I mean, you can see the flame sort of licking around his shoulders and head and hair. Well, he doesn't have any hair, but the flame sort of forming his hair. It looks like there should be heat coming off him. You can actually see heat waves coming off his body, but it's no heat in the room at all.
So, if we let you go, what would you do?
I will return home. It has been too long since I have seen the magnificent spires of the city of Brass. I wonder if my family are still there.
Do you
sort
live
of
a very
falls
long
bit
time?
Silent. A 3D such as myself can live for very, very long times, but things can still happen. I wonder if my family have moved on, or if they have been captured
I'm
as well.
inside checking the bit where he
Yeah.
told, where he mentioned going back to his home plane.
Yeah.
Yervith, yeah, again, 27. When he said, I will go back to my home plane, that checks out.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be lying. You see this this far off look comes in his eyes as he mentions the city of Brass. He sort of isn't really looking at the characters anymore. He's kind of looking out over at nothingness as he clearly is in his mind picturing the city of Brass.
Yep.
So,
You know, I heard this story.
Sorry.
Oh no, you go. You please.
Do you have a method of getting home if we were to free you?
I have my own magic, but it is sealed until I am free. That is why the wizard has trapped me here, why he trapped me here so long ago, to siphon my powers from me, to take my powers.
So, if we let you go, would you bring malice and devastation to this plane? I know that you said you would return home, but you didn't give a time frame. Would that be immediately? And down the line, would you come back with vengeance, or would you wreak that vengeance, as soon as we let you free? I want to know the character that you possess.
I have no love of spellcasters, especially wizards who channel the elemental planes for their magic. I have no love of their traps.
Thank God we didn't bring Mira.
Their trickery. Well,
Um,
yeah, Lockie, you would know that. Oh, would you know this? No, you probably wouldn't. No, never mind. Don't worry. You wouldn't.
All right, continue with your, continue with your monologue, though.
You gonna say?
When I was very small, I heard stories about genies in bottles.
Yes. Terrible
Do you
crime.
grant? Oh, it's a crime. You do not grant wishes for freemen.
Shivers.
A look goes into his eye.
My friend is only asking about the legend. He is not actually asking for that service.
No. I'm not saying. Oh, no. Please, I'm just very curious. I've not met. You have not met a tabaxi. I have not met a big flamey man.
He doesn't mean it as a generalization or anything like that. I'm sure that you might not fit that frame.
Was I being racist? I did not mean to be racist.
Shivers, just let him speak.
I have no desire to harm you, and I could not even if I wanted to. All I want is to go home. I have
But
no desire for revenge on any of you. You were not involved, and if you free me, you have proven yourselves as honest and noble creatures. I have no further interest in you or this plane. I just wish to return home. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm going to also...
She's going to keep laughing like that. I'll be 2
Okay,
seconds.
that's fine. I'm going to do an insight check. Matt, I suggest you do the insight check too. But I'm going to do one as a double whammy just in case one of us fucks up. I didn't do well.
no.
Matt, you this is on you, bud.
Yeah, man.
How's that for product placement by Owen right now?
Yeah.
I wonder what Owen's chair is.
Whoa, is that a Titan?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
I love that like the background replacement is just like focused around it as well.
Yeah.
What? Our dungeon master Owen uses a Titan chair. Man, that must be comfortable.
Looks
I wish
comfortable.
I had a Titan.
Chair.
Is
that from Secret Lab?
Leather one.
Wow.
Falling apart.
I am back. What did I miss? I phased out for a second, imagining my beautiful home city of the City of Brass.
And product
Were you
placement.
imagining your
For some
beautiful
reason-
arm chair?
was recalling his Secret Lab Titan chair in the elemental plane.
Yes, only I can sit on a throne as magnificent as this one. That's right.
Jesus, we're not sponsored by them. But
I wish.
Please.
That'd
it'd
be
be
nice.
hilarious if it was.
Secret Lab, if
I
it
do
is.
need a new chair, guys, please.
I don't.
Oh,
but
my chair's like a cheap chair from like Office Works.
Mine is literally
Yeah.
disintegrating. Yeah, I'm like picking up pieces.
That's what that
of
noise
leather
was.
off
A bit of
all
it just
the
fell
time.
off as he was talking.
Yeah.
All right,
yes.
so I did a really bad insight check, so I
Natural one.
pretty much completely
You,
believe what
you
you said.
don't know. Like, it's hard to read this guy, man. Like, you've been
Yeah,
listening
okay.
for a while. You're just not sure. Yervith, 18. Yeah, there is one bit of what he just said that doesn't really ring that true to you. He said something about... He said, I have no intention of harming you, and I couldn't if I couldn't anyway. That next bit, the couldn't, that's a lie. That's a definite lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other things, like if you release him, he will absolutely not seek vengeance on you. That seems to ring true. You don't get any sense of dishonesty from that, but that one statement couldn't. You don't think a powerful creature such as this would reveal a potential weakness. That doesn't seem right. Something seems that's not true.
Yeah. Sweet. Yervith is gonna bat scream.
What was that noise? That was horrific.
Sorry, we are underground, so I think it might be some form of like bat or something.
I'm sorry.
And then it made some sort of burping noise just then too. Just
It got its prey, it seems. Yes, Lockie, were you gonna say
Well,
anything?
I was just going to ask before we continue. Do you know what it was that you were here to power?
The wizard never told me what he wanted my powers for. In fact, he did not tell me much of anything. He did tell me, though, that if I could beat him in a game of chess, he would set me free. Clearly, that was not true.
You beat him in chess and he didn't set you free.
Lockie,
He never
do
once
you have
played
any-
chess with me.
Oh, that's just rude.
Lockie, do you have any tests or anything you could do that could figure out what he is powering? Like, I know it might be a long shot, and I'm not sure, but you're definitely the man for the job.
I mean, it's possible.
Or robot.
Not a man.
Not a man.
Not a lady.
Robot man.
I mean, it's possible. I could have a look at, see if I can look where the ley lines are going, or if there's another more obvious.
I will give you a bardic inspiration.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a pat on the back. You got this. As my rosy cheeks, like, as I sort of do a pose, my rosy cheeks sort of pop.
Blink. That is adorable. Okay. He's going to have a look. Is there a way we can sort of like having a look at sort of where the circle is? Is there another point somewhere that looks like it'd be sort of where a siphon would be, or something along those lines, or anything mechanical? Or
No, Lockie, nothing at all. The circle just seems to trap him. You don't see any sign of any mechanical apparatus, no sign of any spell siphons, glyphs that essentially allow the movement of magic along a conduit. At least that's how the giants do it. You're not seeing any sign of any of that at all.
Did he ever come and ask you to do certain things, cast spells, or?
No, he just stripped me of my powers when he bound me here. So I assume they was taken or separated or stored somewhere else.
Oh, he's actually separated you from your power.
Yes, while I am in this circle, I am trapped. I cannot use any of my magic.
Okay. And if I break the circle, will the power come back to you, or would you need to go and find it?
I do not know.
What did you do back in your plane? What was your maybe occupation, purpose?
I was an explorer. I traveled around between other places as well. Traveled to different planes. Learned things about them. The elemental planes are close to many, many locations.
So you're a planar traveler then?
Yes, I traveled very far and wide.
Was that a specialization of yours?
Yes, indeed it was.
Is that how
I
you...
have a theory about what he's powering.
The
teleport.
Oh.
The elevator.
Oh.
That's my theory. I don't know. It's nowhere to test it until we, find out. But that's my theory.
That's a really good point. Oh.
Telescope, possibly. Yeah, possibly telescope.
I reckon he definitely is like powering a lot of this tower though. Like, there's probably a few functions here that he is powering. At a game, not in game, obviously. And
So, are you going to release me?
Could I see a way to release him?
Lockie, you look down. All you need to do is disrupt the circle. You could cut in the
that's
floor.
simple.
You could just erase part of the paint. Just disrupt the circle, and he'll be free.
Okay. I don't mean any disrespect, but is it possible you give us a moment? This may be a decision that has rather...
Look, I do want to tell you this though. We have all intentions to release you. You do, for the most part, seem like quite a good person. Like, well, not person, but you have a good character. So, but
Why
this
am
is
I
quite
not
a
a person?
momentous. Sorry, I'm sure you are. My apologies. I do a little quick bow.
Just
I do a little curtsy and like flush my rosy cheeks and like just flash my smile.
he sort of gives you a bit of a look, but doesn't say anything more. Look, what is one more moment in the face of eternity here? Take time.
Okay, we're gonna
as much time as you
back.
need.
We can disappear around the corner.
As you start walking away, there is much I could offer to those who free me.
We will take that into account.
Okay, we bring everyone back in for a huddle.
Yep.
And sort of, I don't know if everyone could actually hear from where they were, Owen, but if they
his
couldn't...
voice echoes down the corridor.
Okay, cool. So they heard the discussion. So I sort of revert back. I couldn't really do a female's voice. I sort of,
okay.
I probably butcher it. So I sort of bring everyone.
Oh, good.
It's a good voice.
I bring everyone in and go. So, what is everyone's thinking here?
They need to let him out. I mean,
I agree.
I do think we need to let him out, but when? Like, can we ask him to stay for a little bit until we can teleport out?
Need to free
get
him.
out of.
That doesn't
Should
feel
we?
right.
Should we evacuate everyone out of the tower and then he can leave? Like, I'm not sure. Like,
What would be the reasoning for that?
I don't want to be stuck here. That's
See,
all. If it is a teleporting.
Look, it is just an assumption on my end. I have no evidence to back it up.
But it is a good one. That's the thing. Like, we don't know. I do have dimension doors, I guess. Like, that is a thing.
Lockie,
Yes.
you have the most experience, I'm assuming, based on your history, with elemental magic, and perhaps even Mira. For a tower like this, how much energy magic would it require to power if you are hypothetically hooking it up to a battery?
Well,
More
Do you
than what I
think-
can do.
Do you think a fire elemental would be enough?
Oh yeah, Lockie. Yeah, definitely. More
Yeah.
than enough. Well more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Their power is
or an air elemental, maybe.
vast, or an air elemental, or an earth elemental. The other ones we saw as well. It's not the only source of power.
We just need something that can last until we get out.
True.
So-
I mean, look, he may just help us. One good turn deserves another, or so they say.
But I understand where Jin's coming from. If we release
Yeah,
him,
so do I.
we could
also
be trapped here.
Yeah.
look. This is another theory, but him leaving doesn't mean the power immediately goes. It might siphon and deplete over time. We might have a grace period where the residual energy will stay, and then we can still leave. But then obviously it will disperse over time.
Or perhaps we ask him if he can drop us off outside in the material plane.
I don't care about the cultists, of course,
doors
but
and
the one
windows.
person we do have Shiver's teacher as well, friend
Yes,
that
of
we also
course.
need to help.
Mm.
Can't leave him to his own fate. We need to at least bring him in.
Well, he offered to help, didn't he? I mean, why don't we just release him and then ask, hey, we still need to go get our other friend. Can you help us get to them? And then, he's helped free someone, we've helped free him. No one's asking for any, crazy ass rewards or anything. It's just doing what's right, isn't it?
That's fair.
That's the thing. Yeah, we probably shouldn't ask for rewards, should we?
No.
Let's agree on that now, but we can say to him, if you ever feel inclined to help us down the line, by all means, it is your prerogative. We could say something like that.
That's very good, because you actually you bring up a very good point there, Jin, because we have him in a position of disadvantage, and to ask a favor from him right now is actually not really asking a favor. It's just saying, do this and we'll free you.
But yeah, but I think we should paint it as it's more like because I don't know what this person's like. I don't really want to lord over him when he's like enslaved for 500 or so years or more. We could just paint it as like, if we get stuck and you can help us, like by all means, please like help us. But it is at the end of the day in your control. That's what I want to paint to him. He doesn't have to feel inclined to do it. Like he
can do with his newfound freedom.
Yes.
He may want.
But if he wants to help us down the line, we would be most welcome to it.
I must say, sorry, Jin. He seemed to be telling the truth for the most part, but he did lie on one thing. He held back on when he mentioned that he might not be able to harm us. He lied about that.
They couldn't.
They couldn't. Yes, I think he can. He certainly can. If he wanted to.
He absolutely can.
So, but I think it's
He
not
can
within
power this
his...
entire tower. He can hurt us.
It's definitely not within his intentions, though, because at the end of the day, he can't free himself.
Yeah.
So we hold the cards in that regard. So he wouldn't want to kill us, because then if he kills us, he's stuck.
Well, I mean, he couldn't otherwise. He doesn't seem like he can do anything while he's in that circle.
Yeah.
As soon as we break that bond, though.
Well, at the same time, what reason do we have to hurt us?
I think we should. Let's all be at least prepared. You guys stay in the alleyway. We'll be at the front. And if shit goes down, like jump in.
Yep, I've got my shit.
But let's not paint it as we're doing that. But just be aware that we might.
And we're gonna try and get Shivers' master out, correct?
Is there anyone else Shivers in this tower that you may want to help or protect?
I'm not sure.
No, Raf's not here right
Sure,
now.
I think Raf's internet has been a bit tricky.
Yeah.
I can answer for Shivers. No, just my master.
Okay.
I do not know these other people. Obviously, my zombies. I want to bring them out too.
I do have one question. How morally good of it is if we kill the cultists? Would it be better if we capture them and take them back to the authorities?
I vote we kill all of them except for one, and then we take that one back to the authorities for more information.
If we look, I don't want to. I understand that this is a war, but we shouldn't just kill and kill and kill.
I
if we
agree.
can.
What do you mean? We've been doing that.
I'm
so confused between.
I haven't as much. There has been some massacres. I was just putting manacles on and look around, and everyone's just murdering.
I mean, I remember that time we were in the city, and well, I mean, some things went down in the under caverns there, and I thought we were being not violent, and then everyone was violent, and then I wasn't sure what was going on. So that seems strange.
What do we want to do? What are we planning? We're a team here. We're a party. What do we want to do about those cultists?
My personal opinions on the matter are we fight them now, and if we, can we take them all in? I mean, do we have enough manacles? Can we transport them back to the ship? Is the brig large enough for them? But also B, if we do, don't kill them and they escape, are we just going to end up fighting them again at our disadvantage when we meet them again down the line?
Potentially, but this is the one thing that separates us from them.
How about this? If they come across our path and they try and stop us, then we take them on. If we don't come across our path, let's not actually actively seek them out.
So we'll leave them to their own fate. They will be basically the decider of their fate.
Yeah, time will tell.
Well, look, the tower doesn't mean they might not crumble into 1,000 pieces. It might just stay as it is. We really don't know what the effects of this will be.
That would be something to find out. I was actually going to ask if we could ask him whether he knows what would happen.
What will happen?
And if he is as powerful as he says he is, potentially he could at least protect us as we all escape.
I like it. Okay, everyone, any last little things before we go in?
Do you think maybe the Zoltar kept some notes around about how this place is powered?
I don't think so. If it's Xanthar's tower, I don't know who that is.
Well,
that's a very long time ago.
Well, what do we want to do? Do we want to tell this person? He did sort of take offense to that. Do we want to tell him, look, give us an hour, we'll work through the tower and come back? But I don't know. I guess an hour to him is nothing, but it just doesn't seem, the right thing, I guess, at the end of the day. Not morally, anyway. Dilemmas.
Alrighty.
Do what we do and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm staying back.
I'm not.
I vote to release him, but I would love to quiz him on Mira's suggestion. Lockie, I think we're sort of similar mindsets with this one.
Yep.
And then leave the cultists to their own fate and save Shiver's, compatriot. Everyone in agreement with that?
Shivers holds his hand up. I would very much like to free the big fiery man.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
And my master depths. I would like to
my
save
one
him.
last concern, Shivers, who's distracted, but I'm still going to mention. What will happen to the people who are interred here? What do you call them?
The husks, the vessels.
Yes, the husks.
Well, if we cannot save all the vessels, then save some.
Yeah, there's always more bodies, I suppose.
Yes, lots of bodies everywhere. And now there's a whole world of bodies above us.
Look at it this way, Shivers. This is their destiny then, They will sort of find, this is their destiny. This is how it was meant to end for them.
I mean,
tapestry of life.
Perhaps the ones that you do manage to get out have done something in their lives. That means that they have a second chance, and the ones that don't get out haven't earned that second chance.
And maybe the new bodies do not need the old bodies. Maybe the ones that get stuck here are not needed. As long as I can save Tibbles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. True.
Oh, Tibbles.
Yes,
Okay.
she is my favorite.
I guess
Same.
Shivers, myself, and Lockie will walk back in. Just quickly to reiterate, I can't say it probably. What was Claire's thing again? Sorry.
Wants to know.
Ask what will happen to the tower.
Yeah, what happened to the tower? Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Which is a good idea.
Maybe Lockie, maybe Michael, you can say that because it seems more like you're back in. You talking to him about that's more like a science question. If he returns back to you with some science stuff, you can
Yeah, I
Start
feel
up
like Lockie might understand it, whereas we'll be like, "Rah, physics. Rah."
Yeah, I'm definitely like
Yeah.
I'm charismatic, but I'm not scientific.
Yeah.
All
Cool.
right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna wander back in.
We'll
You
go
guys move
to.
back in. So, have you made a decision?
We have, and oh, sorry, I'll let you take this part. No, I'll ask.
No, that's okay, Lockie. By all means, we do have one question for you, but Lockie would love to ask it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we have every intention of freeing you, and we are actually going to. I just wanted to know one more thing before we do. When we free you, is the tower going to fall down? Just a question.
The tower was here long before I was here.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. I am very much reassured. All right. Are you ready to be free, my friend?
I have been ready for the last 800 plus years.
I'm sorry, but what was your name again? Sorry, just for this is for my notes more.
Tadas the Fair.
Could you please
I'll
write
chat.
that? Thanks.
Taras?
Tadas the Fair.
The fair. Okay, that's good.
That's a good sign.
Now, yeah, we will definitely free you. We are not going to really ask anything of you. We do have one thing we'd like to ask. We're not demanding it though. If you ever, if you ever find yourself in a position to help us down the line with anything, please feel you can help us if you want. But by all means, after we free you, this is your life. We are handing you the keys. You can help us if you want. You can help us. You cannot help us. We don't want to basically, you're being enslaved for so long. We don't want to reward. We don't want rewards for that. We feel like we should be doing the morally good thing. But that is the one thing we ask. If you don't want to do anything about it, though, that is your prerogative.
That sounds very reasonable.
I give him a bow because I'm trying to be respectful and courteous here. So that cutesy little thing I did, I don't do it with this one.
All right. Get ready to taste the free air, my friend. And he'll just basically put his shield on the ground and just.
As soon as Lockie breaches the first section of the shield, this look of glee comes across his face. This smile opens up, and you see the flames around his head and shoulders grow brighter and more brilliant. As he closes his eyes, breathes in this deep breath, all the lights in the room, the torches in the room dim as he breathes in, illuminating his skin as if there's a fire burning from deep within. Ah, freedom.
Okay.
I flinch.
Jared's flinching. I'm like, this is like, okay, we'll just continue, I guess. Just continue it.
Yervith is watching eagle focused, watching for anything that might be offensive or.
Oh yeah, I think I'd like to say that we're all probably on some form of an edge here.
We're on edge, yeah.
Okay. Shivers is back in perfect timing. Raph, they've just freed him. He holds up his hand, waves it almost absent-mindedly, and you watch as the entire circle, the outside border where Lockie hasn't reached it, catches fire and the paint crumbles into dust, completely destroying the circle around him. He then cracks his neck, steps forward, 1 foot landing on the ground, stretches his muscles, and looks at you. Tell me, do you think yourselves so mighty that you have done me such a favor to free me?
Well, no.
Mighty, no. In the right place and time, yes.
Because you still spent your time thinking, lording over whether or not I was worthy of freedom, as if you have any position to judge me.
We did not really judge you per se. We were, at the end of the day, worried if we would die or not.
A very fair concern. A very fair one.
we have freed you. We thought it was them. We didn't want you to be enslaved any longer. You can do as you wish now. Like I said, we don't ask for anything.
Can I? I can do as I wish. He clicks his fingers, flames leap up around you, Jin, surrounding you in a circle of fire. As he then holds his hand up, the flames get higher, and then he pulls his hand down and they die down around him.
Stop talking.
The touch of flame. I have missed it. I have missed it more than you can know. Do you know, the first 200 years, I thought to myself, maybe I will be free. Maybe I will taste food again. Maybe I will see my friends again. 200 years, your lives so short, so empty, you have no concept of that time. After another 200, I went mad, talking to myself just to hear a voice speak. But madness can only keep you safe for so long. So I went sane again. Very, very sane. And I planned, I thought through how I would reward my captors. And you know what? There is no more fitting reward than this. He claps his hands together and explodes into a sheet of fire. You watch as his skin peels back, flames burning out from underneath him as he takes on this incredible elemental form. Growing, rising larger and larger. As soon as he starts compressing against the ceiling, his flames begin turning this brilliant red and orange. Then suddenly, with a collapses down to a single point, a single red mote of light hovering in place. Begins spinning ever so subtly, casting a red light and glow around the room.
Wait.
Alright. Can I cast a spell really?
I think
I've
we
paused so that you can do things you want to do. I've paused so that you guys can have a quick moment.
I'm not going to cast it on him. I'm not going to cast it on the area. I'm going to spin my little necklace and I'm going to cast it on Jin. And I'm going to teleport him back to our friends.
Oh, that's very nice. You watch as Jin whoop, he's yeeted back by this teleportation magic. Lockie.
Yep.
The moat begins spinning a little bit faster, and you watch as red letters begin carving themselves in the air around him. Suddenly the moat expands again, filling up the chamber. You see the Afriti in the center, carving letters out of fire in the air around him. These intricate symbols forming this spiral of energy. He looks back at you, Lockie. Enjoy your plane. We will never again be coming here. And he slams his hand down. A rune activates. The ground begins shaking. And you watch as a rift tears itself in front of you, ripping through space. On the other side, you see a lake of fire. Mountains rising in the distance, spewing ash and lava into the air.
That's nice.
At its base, a city rising from the mountainside across this lake of fire and lava. Spires made of a brilliant gold and brass, twisting intricate patterns. And overhead, you see two suns burning in the sky. The Afriti just folds his arms against his chest and drops back through this rift. And as it seals behind him with the room grows deathly cold all of a sudden, as if all the heat has been sucked out of it. On the floor where he stood, a burning circle of symbols is left behind.
Can I quickly, find a way to either...
I'll come back in.
...myself or draw the symbols or something along those lines?
The symbols are very slowly going out. Can you make me a quick Arcana check? Does anyone speak Elemental?
I speak Primordial, but I don't know if
Primordial
that
could
helps.
help here. Primordial could help.
Yeah, Yervith speaks.
I will, because I came back and moved behind Yervith, and I've come back. I'll come back in. I have a sketchbook that I always have, so I get my sketchbook out, I get my pen out, and I'll quickly start sketching.
Is that Arcana?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Isn't it primordial?
Yes. So you have advantage on this, Lockie, as Jin helps you out with this.
Excellent.
So I'm.
Ooh,
I basically went there and we're doing it together. You have bardic inspiration too. If you may as well use it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You can. Yeah, you may as well.
Okay,
You may as
bump it
well.
up. It's a 24 bit.
It's a D6, right?
D8.
I think it's a D8.
D8.
So. Let's roll.
Yeah, D8.
Plus 2,
26,
26.
Yeah.
Lockie, this spell is like, it's unlike any spell you've ever seen before. This is teleportation magic on a scale you have not seen. This is planar magic. Functional planar magic.
Ooh.
Not what the giants use. This is something else. Something older. Something far more integral. Something inherent that works on the fundamentals of nature itself. This doesn't draw energy or move energy. This folds space and time in on itself, this magic. It taps into the inherent nature of the weave.
Cool.
You get the sense that this spell requires a vast amount of energy to cast. But those who can absolutely bypass the locks that prevent planar travel on Nostea.
Wow.
The giants did not see that coming.
That's huge.
I just used elemental.
I'm trying to. I was just gonna say, can Shana add a subtitle that's just to Varus? Did you see that? Question mark.
Yeah. Don't worry, Shana. I'm getting to you. We need to.
I won't say
Varus.
nothing to Shana. I won't say nothing to Varus.
Varus.
I think I've started making it clear I'm not as Varus-centric these days as Shana is.
Varus.
What do you mean?
Varus definitely is interested in that.
What do you mean? I'm more of a resistance force now.
Do you know what? No, actually, do you know what?
French resistance.
Seeing that, as that rift opens, Shana, your shadow actually would split from you and rise into the air. All of you see this as Shana's shadow takes on a form. This semi-transparent shadow form, long hair flowing back, almost like these starlight robes hanging off it as this figure rises from the floor, looks wide-eyed at this rift in space and time. And as the rift closes, you just hear this, "Oh, very interesting."
Is that audible to everyone?
All of you hear this, all of you see this, as Varus rises from Shana's shadow and takes on the shadowy translucent form in front of all of you. Just hovering there, looking.
So he's come in, he's seen it.
And he seems almost oblivious to the rest of you as he's just looking at the space where this was. He sort of slowly floats over and looks down at the runes on the ground.
The moment I hear his voice, the moment he starts looking, goes, "That's interesting," I'm going to turn around and 4th level dispel magic on it.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Yes, okay. Jin. Okay.
I don't want him to get this knowledge, or at least only.
So you're dispelling magic on the circle or on Varus?
I was thinking the shadow, but now you bring the circle into view.
No, the circle's for the teleportation, right?
Yeah, but
wants
if
it.
he dispels it, then Varus won't be able to use it.
You will be able to see it. But he's already seen it, so.
He's
You've seen the runes.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Mm.
You're doing dispel magic. I think your original intention was to do it at Varus. You send this blast.
You know
4th
what?
level
Shana
magic.
noticed that he's doing it at Varus.
Yeah.
Can't spell.
Yeah, she's actually going to. She's like,
Oh!
I feel like if I don't, he'll be mad. And she's already
Holy
trying to stay on
shit.
his good side.
Okay. Here we
She
go.
wasn't going to use the stone on.
Just
I
saying,
wondered
Mira,
this was going to happen.
Mira, if you inclined to.
I don't know what's happening. I have no idea.
I will say one thing though. You have been suspicious of Shana because you guys had some back and forth last session. You counterspell that counterspell.
Yervith is just going to draw an arrow and just aim
knock it.
Like, just knock it, yeah.
So let's do that. Okay, let's do the spell then the counterspell. Jin, you whip around hearing that voice and you immediately, almost reflexively, push out this dispel magic trying to get rid of him. As the spell begins to form and wash over, Varus sort of suddenly looks at you as if noticing you for the first time, Jin. And this look of genuine confusion comes onto his face for a few seconds, and then Shana holds up her hand.
I have a smirk.
Grasps, and the magic just to nothing in your hands. Varys sort of like looks a bit confused and goes, "Oh, Shana, I appreciate the sorry. Yervith, do you really think a bow and arrow is going to help you here?"
So I couldn't counterspell a counterspell, could I? Because I'm technically doing the dispel magic.
You're doing the dispel magic, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It talks. I was wondering if we'd have the chance to talk.
He's still here.
You guys can see him.
Yes, I suppose introductions are in order. I was planning on having a chat to all of you later, but what you just witnessed, I couldn't resist. Varys, everybody. Varys Nightshade. I'm sure that you've had many conversations about me, some of which I've
actually,
heard already.
what level? Sorry, quickly. What level did Shana do the counterspell? I did a 4th level dispel magic.
3rd level.
I made it 3rd.
Okay,
so
doesn't
you have
matter.
To roll.
Yeah, you have to roll.
She has to roll.
Yep.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I don't think it worked anyway.
I don't know if it did. Oh, it might. It wouldn't have worked.
No, that's all right. We can plan. We'll plot this out. Absolutely. So counterspell 5e. Thank you.
Oh, I just went to.
No, that's perfect. So the DC equals 10 plus the spells level, so you got to get a 14.
But you get nothing to it. It's
Slash
just flat roll.
1d20.
She uses a spellcasting modifier. You get to add your spellcasting modifier to it.
It doesn't work still though. She rolled a 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shana, as you go to counterspell this, your counterspell just fails as the dispel magic washes over Varys. The shadow shimmers for a few seconds, and then nothing happens. As Varys sort of looks down.
That's fine.
Says the comment about like Yervith and his arrow, then looks back at Jin and goes, "Jin, I'm so disappointed in you. Not
I look at
only
him.
Have you betrayed my trust? You genuinely thought your little pathetic magic could actually stop me. It's almost insulting, really."
I'll be honest. This power here, I think, shouldn't be in the hands of any god.
Jin, really? You don't think the other gods already have this power? Hold on to it jealously. I am certainly not going to be the last person, or the first person to access these powers. I just want to see how it works. Is that so bad?
Now that you have revealed yourself to us, you have some explaining to do. Why should we trust you?
Turns towards you, this surprising face. I'm sorry, what makes you think I have any need to explain myself to you? As if your tiny brain could fathom what it is I'm planning or what I'm hoping to achieve. I don't think I need to explain anything to any of you, really.
Quick question, Owen. So, because he's obviously like a extra planar sort of demigod or whatever he is. When he saw the runes, he probably he probably would have like photographic memory almost, like, because he's a demigod. So he probably just clicked it, and I don't know that. Would Jin think to himself, if he dispelled magic the runes, would that do anything?
I mean, it would get rid of the runes right now. You can see that as time passes, the fire's dying down, the runes are actually going out themselves.
Okay, so it's probably no point now.
This sort of ghostly image hovering there that looks across at all of you. Really, after all the help I've tried to offer you, got you out of a couple of tight spots. Honestly, the cult would have tracked the lot of you down if it weren't for me and my black hand helping keep them off your backs.
You know what? This point in my life, I'm tired of being a puppet. You use me for murder, trickery, secrecy, spying, assassinations, everything. At this point in my life, smite me down where I am, I don't care.
Jin,
Everybody
uses you as a puppet. At least my terms, prices, and small text are on the door. I tell you I'm using you. I don't lie to you. I don't manipulate you.
I will say this right now. Shana was going to use that stone there to kill one of the wizards. But no, not a worry, not a stop of her heart. I am tired of murdering and killing. I want to fix the world and help it, but I don't want to do this.
I never took you for an idealist, Jin. Sometimes...
Oh, come on. Why did you think I ran away?
I thought you were afraid of your destiny.
Do you know what life I wanted? Do you know what I wanted? as a kid, I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted to be like one of the other kids, running around laughing and having fun, not worrying. Instead, I was, raised as an assassin, murdering from a young age. You know what that does on someone?
I did not tell them to.
I am at my rope's tether. At this point, I don't care. If you smite me down, take my powers. I am done. I don't want to murder in your name any longer.
Is this how you really feel, Jin?
You should be able to read my thoughts, my feelings. Aren't you a all-knowing being?
I'm not an all-knowing being. I've never pretended to be. I can't read thoughts. I can't read feelings. I've never lied. But if you really feel this way, hold out your sword. You've waited for this for so long, I'll break our pact. If this is what you really want.
I'm not hesitating. It sounds like you're hesitating. Are you scared to lose someone as valued as me?
I work with people who want to work with me, Jin. I'm not going to force you to do things you don't want to do. If you have no interest in any of my powers...
I will help you if you don't murder and,
Jin, grow up.
Evil tactics.
Grow up. These people you're fighting against, do you really think that you can defeat them with a song and a smile? You need to fight, Jin.
I am going to fight. But, at the end of the day, when all's said and done, what makes me any different from the evil that we fight if I use the same tactics?
Because you fight to prevent more death. Surely
my soul in here will be corrupted. What point is that? I have other ways. I get through scenarios and other, issues with using my voice, using restraint. I don't try to go down the path of murdering.
Well, Jin, I for one am very pleased that you'll have this opportunity to see just what it's like without my help. And more importantly, you won't have me to blame for the horrible things you do. And then you'll have to face that you've done these things yourself.
Can't be any worse than what happened when you helped Shana that long time ago and destroyed her entire civilization.
I had nothing to do with that. I gave them the tools they needed to survive. It's not my fault if they used them incorrectly. My hands are clean.
My sword is still out.
Yeah. He reaches out, this shadow reaches out a hand, touches the sword, and you watch as the sword begins to fade into blackness. As he pulls the sword back into himself, the tattoo starts peeling off your skin, Jin, and it burns. Not enough to do damage, but the pain as this thing leaves you. And as it does so, you feel that power that you've been able to connect with weakening. And that connection suddenly break. And as the tattoo disappears off your skin, and the shadow now holds that sword, the sword disappears into it and vanishes without a trace. Ginny sort of stumbles to the ground a little bit, weak at the knees for a brief moment.
I may feel weak, but I think I would feel like a weight has been lifted.
You might feel that emotionally, yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's
like he would feel that.
Yeah. Well, it's done then. As for the rest of you, I am trying to help. Just because I'm getting something out of it, does that really make it so bad? All of you get things out of whatever you do. Mira, you were a politician.
I stand up.
Yeah, you stand up, yeah, go.
Everyone, this person in front of you, this being, this god, this demigod, he is the one that made me destroy the Drakhorn, take its power for himself. He was the leader of the Black Hand who enslaved me from a young age in assassination, again, being an assassin. He, influenced Shana and her whole civilization, and look what happened to them. They've all turned to the Yuan-Ti.
The Yuan-Ti... No, I just need to correct a fact there. You do know
so
the
you
Yuan-Ti...
couldn't have stopped that?
No, I had nothing to do with that. That was nothing to do with me.
So why didn't you help them then? I thought they were your subjects, people that you helped, you looked after. You gave them all this power, but instead you allowed them to become the Yuan-Ti.
I did all I could to save the Kori when they misused my power and knowledge to attempt their own selfish gains.
Why didn't you school them, teach them how to use it properly?
I did. Well, I thought I did. I'm a very busy individual. There's a lot of places I need to be at once, and I was under a bit of time pressure. I understand you've looked into the telescope on the top floor of this tower. You probably have some understanding of why I might have been in a bit of a rush. That thing is not just a threat to you, it's a threat to me as well.
Look, your power's gone from me. As long as I'm with this party, now the truth is out in the open. They can cast their own...
well, the truth's not out. Your perspective of the truth is out. I would like to clear up. I'm not in control of the Black Hand. Some chosen can hear me. I don't make them do things. I can advise them. I can't force you to do anything. Like,
he's the Night Mother from Skyrim. And they're his listeners.
Exactly. Some people think I can... Night Mother... Cicero has been a good little boy.
Cicero's canon in our world.
Cicero's canon, yeah.
But yeah, continue with his monologue. I'll probably sort of go back a little bit now. I've gotten my piece out, so I think I'm going to let him probably have his little monologue now.
Please. I can't make people do things. I don't have the power to control them like puppets, no matter how dramatic Jin feels he needs to be in the moment. The Black Hand were not an organization I established. They're an organization I was able to influence. An organization doing horrific, terrible things that I've been able to manipulate into doing slightly less horrific and terrible things. So all up, I think I've done a pretty good job there, don't you? I've been able to have them work against the cult. When, in reality, if it were not for my influence, I'm pretty certain they would have joined the Order of the Dragon. So please, give me some credit. I'm not all-powerful. Your idea of gods is deeply flawed if you think they can just snap their fingers and make all their dreams come true. There is no being like that in this universe. They're all flawed. They're all trying to do things. Even your prime deities have more dark secrets in their past, shall we say. They have blood on their hands too. At least I'm honest about who I am and what I want. For the most part. So he gives a bit of a cheeky smile.
What do you mean by that, exactly?
What? That your good and benevolent deities have done some dark shit in their past? Really? Is it not obvious to you? I'm going to ask you one question. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to ask you a question. This world belonged to the giants. Where are they?
Well, sources differ, but basically, we don't know.
Power to make a whole race of people just... That's a very interesting thing to be able to do, isn't it? Think on that. Shana, just so you know, your attempt with the Moonstone was admirable, but it wasn't going to work on a corpse. And the stone probably won't work because Jin swapped it for a fake one while you were a bit of a
I did that, yes.
It's okay. You tried your best, Shana, and I'm proud of you. Jin?
Did thumbs up.
Jin, I really do wish you all the best. I thought our partnership was giving us both what we needed. But if you really feel this way, please, I hope you find what you're looking for somewhere else. But I want you to know this. You've broken contracts with me, Jin. You've broken a very sacred bond. And when you come crawling back to me, because you will come crawling back,
I will say
want
one
you to
thing.
know that I will not offer you your powers back. You have
That's
nothing.
fine. Just be aware, though, that those type of contracts normally are null and void when they're made by a child. You used me and took advantage of me at a very young age. By all sort of, most contracts these days, I was not of the right mind to sign your contract.
Jin, the laws of men have no bearing here. You entered into an agreement with me, and it was a very simple
Forced
one.
against my will. If I didn't, what would the assassins have done? Murdered me for not joining their cult and using the deity that they all, sort of
I made it very
worship?
clear that any who refuse to enter contract with me are allowed to leave as they will, as long as they promise and swear never to speak of the Black Hand again. I think that's a very fair deal, don't you?
Please. Well, hopefully, in the long arcing, story of the events that unfold, hopefully you will, end up doing good. I truly wish that.
Good, evil. You give such interesting names to concepts. I am on the side of life. That is all you need to remember.
If that is the case, we'll see how the story unfolds.
The choices you have are between existence and non-existence. I personally find existence far more interesting. Well, it's been great actually getting to meet all of you. Shana and Jin and I, we had such a little private party, but now all of you are in on this little secret. How wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure. Oh, Yervith, you were speaking to the voice of the wild, I believe, were you not? You might want to check in on her. It's been some time since you last spoke, and...
Oh, that's not good.
Her liminal state trapped between planes is a tenuous one. I think it's worth checking in when you get a chance, don't you? When you find some greenery again.
Yes, I believe that would be pertinent.
I've been doing my best to keep her safe as per our agreement, Shana, but my powers only stretch so far. She's entered into agreement with some arch-fae, against my better judgment. Know that
I did know this already. I have mentioned this.
You think my contracts have a pointy end. Deals with the arch-fae. Are written in blood, invisible ink, and fine print so small you'd need a microscope. Enjoy getting her out of that one. If only you had a wish spell available. That'd be handy, wouldn't it? Ah, well. Until next time, my lovely people. And just a bit of a heads up. That blue dragon mask you've got with you. You might want to take a closer look at it. Ta-ta for now. And you watch as he sinks back down into Shana's shadow, and Shana's shadow reforms as normal.
I knew I had bad vibes about him. That all but confirmed it.
Honestly, that explains a lot.
Sure
I turn around and look at the party. I think apologies are in order. I apologize that I deceived, and I deceived you all. Potentially put us in potentially dangerous situations that, were sort of to my own sort of interest. I apologize.
My eyes look at Shana. Were you really going to kill the wizard?
Depends on the situation.
I should add, Shana, you remember Varys saying that he doesn't know 100% if the person fights too much, it may cause them harm or even kill them. They fight the spell effect. That's what you were told. Just so you know, because I know it's been a while since you knew what this item did, so I thought I'd give you that information.
I do remember though too that Shana was very easily swayed to kill them.
It was pretty easily swayed to kill them.
I was part of that discussion. She was like on the bandwagon ready to go, where I was like, I didn't even get a stone.
I think with that, she moves up to sort of face Jen. And she reaches down, she pulls out her sword, flips it over, and hands it back to Jen from the hilt, because was originally Jen's sword. So she's returning the borrowed sword.
Yes, I have removed the umbral blade from your character sheet.
That's fine.
No longer have that item.
If that materializes in Shana, so be it. But I look at it and go, are you sure? I did offer it to you, not as a borrow. It's not something to borrow, but something to give. It is yours. Even though I know that we have come to a bit of a crossroads here, me and you, but I know that for a part that you did have my back, and I appreciate that. So, by all means, it is yours.
Jen, it's... In my mind, it was always borrowed, and something in the back of my mind, I think I knew that you were eventually going to leave Varys. What happened between you and him is not really between you and me. But I think, for clarity, it wasn't him that broke the world. It's like I said when, we sort of first got talking about the whole thing. I was very overconfident with the extra power source that we were granted, and yeah. But,
I don't think you. I think I probably was a little harsh at some times. I was trying to give it to Varys, but I think deep within you, Shana, I think you were intending to do good. Unfortunately, what happened, just didn't work out that way, but I think you were intending to do good.
I think that happens with a lot of things and a lot of people. They think that they're doing the best for either themselves or for their people, their country, their world, their plane, but often when you don't have the whole picture, you can do things trying to do good, and you end up making things 50 billion times worse.
I'm sure many of our enemies have thought the same thing.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I think the people trying to bring back Tiamat are thinking that they're doing the best for the plane and the world. I mean,
But
I think a lot of people come to things with the intention of being evil. Well, not overtly, at least.
So then what are we doing?
Their opinion versus ours. Way it's always been.
In my experience, Yervith, the only person that you have to be better than is yourself from your past. That's all I've ever tried to do. That's really all we can do. There's so many different ways of approaching a problem and I know what it is to be manipulated. I know what it's like to play politics, and Varys just seems like a manipulator to me. I've met people like that before. But that's all you can do.
To me, he just seems like a prey animal running from something that's going to get him eventually.
I will sort of say to Shana though, look, keep the sword. I don't have the same strength I used to have. I have to go at the battles ahead differently now. You keep it, you're more suited to it, and you need all the help you can. I wouldn't trust Varys. Be careful. As a full bard, I probably won't ever be going much into combat now.
So, just so you know, Jim, we might have to have a little bit of a chat about your Warlock levels, because you've currently got 2 Warlock levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Varys has removed all of his power from you. So we'll have a chat about what that might look like for you.
I've removed the levels.
Yeah.
I'm just a level 9 bard at the moment, so
Perfect.
we'll have a chat and
Cool.
we'll figure
Perfect.
it out.
Yep. Ideal. Excellent. Yeah. So we'll have a bit of a chat about that, because luckily you weren't much higher than 2 levels, because
I did my feed in, but I didn't fully commit. I did my feed in a fair bit, but like yeah. But I didn't fully commit, I guess.
Alrighty. Shivers sort of like looks and goes, that guy was kind of scary. What do you think he meant about the mask? Shivers like pulls it out and has a look at it.
Can I help you out there, my friend?
Should I put it on?
I'm wondering if it's a fake now.
Oh no! Don't put it on. Don't put it on. We need to research it. No, don't put it on.
Oh, don't put it on.
Don't put it on.
What if I put it on one of the zombies? Nothing happened last time we did that.
Chivers, can you see if it's the real deal? Can you check if it's...
Yes,
well, I can actually still cast Detect Magic, so I might start doing a ritual.
Whoever wants to.
Do it, because I think he did really well last time with that.
Yes, I can have a look. Alrighty, Shivers will cast... I wonder if he's got Identify.
Oh, I was just typing that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, wizard stuff.
The thing is, though, Raph only took Necrotic.
He's Necromancer.
Oh, that's right.
So let's have a look and see if he took. So... Oh, yeah, he's got Identify. Yeah, he's going to do Identify.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Where is Raph? Has anyone heard from him, by the way?
His internet's been...
he was in a car.
That sucks.
Yeah, he's just said it's completely out. I'll say no, all good, man. I will play Shivers.
Hopefully Hookhand didn't get him.
Oh.
No, it's just
Why
his
It's Halloween, man.
I know, that's why I said it.
Why would you do that?
it was the internet dongle that he uses. So Shivers concentrates, cast Identify. This thing is very magical. I don't know what type. It's like a combination of like lots of different magics.
Interesting.
Sounds like the real deal.
It's what my master Depths described when he looked at it. He said it was inscrutable.
Could I have a little look and see if there's because I assume there's some like runic, some sort of thing on there. Can I see if there's anything that looks like it's been maybe carved in?
Shivers
or
will hand over the mask. There's no runes on it at all. And as you look at it, Lockie, it doesn't look like... Originally, when I described this, it looked like it had been carved from a dragon's scale. But as you look closely, there's no chisel marks, there's no cuts, there's no lines. This looks like it was formed or molded from a single scale. It's beautiful.
I wonder if I can glean anything from it, given my connection with the... can I have a look at it?
Sure.
Yes. Yervith. You're a Drake Warden.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yervith.
We can use it, I reckon.
As you touch the mask, this chill shoots up your arm, this cold. And next to you, Eleanor makes this little whimpering sound. Yes?
Oh, I was going to say, she's in her cold dragon form, white dragon form.
Yes, that's why it's cold when you feel it.
Oh shit, okay.
I shouldn't say that, you don't know that. I shouldn't have said that. No, you didn't hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, this cold shoots up your arm, and Eleanor lets out this like, and like almost not shies away from it, but like this little, as if she can feel that as well.
Oh shit!
As you touch it, grasp it down. It's this open dragon maw, molded from a single dragon scale that has these long horns curling back, and on the inside of the mask, as you look in, it's this deep, rich blue color on the inside. And as you look, you can sort of see almost through the eye holes, this white light shining as you look deep into the dark pools of the mask.
Oh man.
Cool.
Oh.
Yervith.
My own little creature.
Yes, Mira.
What do you see?
What do your elf eyes see?
What can you feel, Yervith? Because I feel like
I can feel a chill, a cold.
Yes.
I did not think I could feel that. I thought I was, but yet I feel it through the mask. I think Eleanor feels it through the mask as well.
You can feel Eleanor, can't you?
I can. I can see light and the eye holes. I can see something. It's hard to describe.
It's power, Yervith.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to. No, I can't. I can't wear this.
No experimenting with the mask until we're back on the ship, guys.
Yes,
Seriously.
We need to do a lot of tests on this thing. I think let's not put it on. We have more pressing matters. Like we have to still look through this floor and find Shiver's master and get out of here.
But it's so. Someone
stop it.
Lockie!
Lockie, as you go to take it, Yervith holds onto it just for a little bit. There's this moment before he lets go.
I'm not trying to rob you.
I'm trying to help you. Bilbo Baggins! I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes, you're right. There's too much power going on here.
There's too much going on. We have a lot to do with, a lot to compress.
I'm so confused.
There's so many things out in the open today.
We released an Ifrit, we saw a rift in time-space, we saw Varys.
I saw the time.
You saw the time knife?
I saw the time war.
Time knife! Sorry, we're watching Good Place again.
I love The Good Place. It's the Jeremy Bearimy.
The Jeremy Bearimy.
The Jeremy Bearimy.
This broke me.
This broke me, man.
The eye! On top of the eye!
It's also Wednesday and Saturday and the heat death of the universe.
Shall we
definitely go check out? Oh my god, what have you posted in the chat?
I was trying to post a GIF and it didn't work.
Just be careful. Just
Buddy.
be careful posting images we don't own into the Roll20 chat that will appear.
Oh, because it actually pops up on the Twitch.
I did forget
Heads up.
about that.
Oh, yeah.
Just a heads up. Just
Wow.
be careful. Just be careful with them. Just so you know. Just keep in mind.
So I would.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm just gonna quickly go around and like sort of like look at Yervith and like, I'm sorry, Yervith, for deceiving you. I do a bow, then I give him a pause.
I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder, Jin, and go, "It's okay, brother. Thank you for coming to me."
He acknowledged me, brother. I don't remember how that.
How much of a dick am I feeling? Jin, as you look down.
Oh no, I'm not a halfling. I changed it to Jin.
That would be
Jin,
hilarious.
as
I did express it.
Jin, as you look down, it's not just the sword tattoo that's missing.
No, not that.
No, I'm
tattoo.
kidding.
Come on.
I'm kidding. I couldn't resist.
I was gonna say.
I couldn't resist.
No.
Looking at his little face. I think it's the first time I've actually genuinely made Jared angry during a D&D session. There's a moment there where he's like, "You fucking beach."
And Blood Kid.
Yeah.
From the Law and Orcs.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll do that, and then I'll go to Mira. I apologize, Mira, for deceiving you. Yes. It's good to get off my chest.
Alright, all's well and good, but we still have a situation on our hands. We still have cultists to apprehend.
That is true.
I
also then go to Lockie. I go to Lockie and I go, "I'm sorry, Lockie, for deceiving you. We got into some big arguments there. I apologize. Yes, I'm sorry."
Rest assured, I accept your apology. Rest assured, you did lie to me. I don't think you ever deceived me.
I also thought I had good intentions.
That is fair.
Yes. Thank you. And then I go to Shivers. Yes, Shivers, I'm sorry for... You know what? I'm sorry for elbowing you before in the room.
It's okay. I'd already forgiven you.
Ah, thank you. Don't forget, I saved Tibbles 3 times.
Should we continue this?
Yes. I think Jin's done his sort of like, parade now of apologizing.
And Shana, if Varys tells you to do anything like kill the wizards or anything nefarious like that, bring that up with the party. Just because we know who he is now.
I mean, why do you think I'd be trying to keep the damn stone away from Shivers so much?
Was that going to kill me?
Telling you it was going to kill you!
But it might not have. What if I was very willing? I was very happy to have the stone on my forehead. I put it there myself.
So I actually have the stone, and I sort of bring it out and sort of like a coin, sort of like that.
No, Jin, it's not there.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's
gone. Fair enough. I look at my pockets then, and it's gone. That's fine.
Any gifts from Varys have been rescinded.
That's fine.
Just let us know, Shana. If he contacts you again, if it affects the party, just let us know.
That's what I've been trying to do, but yeah, I will. Also, are we going to get Shivers Masters before the, I don't know, any residual power leaves the tower?
That sounds like a plan. Should we check what's in this room, though? I've been really wanting to know what's in this room. Yervith stands by this door in the north.
Excuse me, James.
Is that the elemental room?
No.
Not where the doors. Not where the door snake was.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
No, the door snake was further down south, I believe.
No, it's down south. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I will stack up behind you.
This is where the reverberating was coming from. I'm pretty sure.
No, that was coming from where the Afriti was.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Alrighty.
Right. Okay.
So you wanted to have a look through the door to the north? Yeah, absolutely. Yervith, as you try the door just opens. Just opens up. Inside, you can see shelves. I'll
do my mirror check. Just sort of make sure I don't go in the room straight away. I just sort of try and get sight on anything that might be lurking there.
You look on inside. Perfect. You look on inside, you can see the area is lined with shelves holding hundreds of bottles and items that look to be mostly bottles and jars of what look to be all sorts of interesting things all inside. But I mean, yeah, it looks like it's a storage closet of some sort.
Oh, okay. Nothing super exciting.
Are there any bottles in there that look like they might have matched that genie?
No bottles that look like
racist, but where's the point?
I mean, my understanding of like alchemy is pretty rudimentary, but is there any potions that look like they could be health potions?
No, as you have a bit of a look through Yervith and you have a bit of investigation, you can see that most of the bottles are actually dried up. Whatever was in here is long evaporated or congealed or rotted or turned to dust. There's really not much usable in this room at all, if anything.
I thought the time thing might have kept them in status.
That would have been very nice of me to do that, wouldn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a dick. So.
That's cool.
No, it's all evaporated. There's nothing left at all. There's still that doorway hovering in the middle of astral space you guys haven't checked out.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's astral space looking like?
As you step back in and step through the corridor, immediately you're back on the Bridge of Light. Stars twinkling around you. Galaxies flying by.
Nothing's changed?
Nothing's changed as far as you can see.
Still astral space? Okay.
Still in astral space as far as you can tell. And Yervith, once again, the cold begins to seep in. This time doesn't seem to affect you as much because you've got Eleanor in white dragon form. No. And as you begin moving down, the gravity begins to drop again. You feel your breath getting a little bit shorter as you have to really gasp in air as the air seems a bit thinner here. But you travel on through, and then still in front of you, just standing on this pathway of light, is this door, just sitting in the middle of nowhere.
Cool. Yeah, Yervith is going to maybe first of all see if the door is open or if it's locked.
Yeah, as you go to sort of try the door handle, give it a bit of a jiggle, the door opens up immediately with no effort at all. Just opens in front of you. I'll open up the...
Does it open kind of slow because we're in astral space and everything's
No, the door opens normally, and as you open it up, you can see inside a large circular room. Probably this was a library or a study of some sort. You can see that the walls are lined with bookshelves extending from floor to ceiling, and then above this gently domed ceiling 20 feet overhead, the ceiling is actually made of glass, and natural light is shining through this glass, showing a blue sky with a few clouds sort of moving overhead. You can see there's a ladder connected to the bookshelves that sort of is connected on a rail and wheels that runs around the curved wall, allowing you to sort of climb up to access the upper shelves if you need, or the lower shelves. And in the center of the room, right in front of you, you can see a delicate, ornate desk surrounded by piles of scrolls and paper. And on the desk, what looks to be this large unfurled scroll colored with blue and green, that from a distance you kind of get the sense this is probably some sort of map. The corners held down by stones. And that's what you see.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to turn to Lockie and say, pretty impressive.
Yeah. Is that a map of Nostea, or is that a map of somewhere else?
Yervith, you go have a bit of a closer look, Lockie and Yervith together. Lockie, you recognize this map. Yervith, you do not. Yervith, this doesn't look like any land you've ever seen before. Lockie, this is Nostea as it was before the ruin. This is before lands and continents were moved around, the seas rose and fell.
Oh shit.
This is the land as it used to be. Long ago.
Hey there.
This library.
That's my house.
What?
It does not mark any of the sky castles, I will point that out.
It was a joke. But actually, it was a joke. Yes. It doesn't mark sky castles.
What is this, Lockie? This doesn't look like anything that I know.
Well, I mean, this landmass you would recognize now, but it doesn't look like this. This is before the This is before the fall. This is before everything went to pot, and a lot of things moved around. A lot of This is a very old,
okay. This is an old map then.
Very old. I wonder what other secrets this room might be hiding.
Yeah. Might be able to see if I can spot anything unusual.
Oh. Is there anything...
Yervith is going to just do a perception check and sort of see if he can see anything else that might look, useful or out of place or interesting.
Yeah, do you want to make me perception or investigation? Your choice.
Definitely perception.
Oh, that's another nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of nat 20s. I think
31.
4 or 5 so far.
Yeah.
That's like
Baby.
6. That's a lot of nat 20s tonight. Yervith, looking around, these books, these are rare tomes. You get the sense, as you have a bit of a look around, these books, the pamphlets, some of the scrolls, this is worth thousands. Not just to collectors, to scholars. This is a preserved library from pre-ruin. The knowledge in this room probably contains more than the entire combined knowledge of what the world was like back then.
Lockie can't salivate, but he absolutely
Yeah. Yervith doesn't quite get the ramifications of this, but having worked for the Historical Society, he's like, they would love this.
Oh, yeah. On top of that, Yervith, underneath this map, there is a tablet made of slate, and magically etched into the top of it is a map of the elemental plane of fire.
What?
This, looking to this, to a scholar or to an explorer, this could be worth hundreds of gold pieces, just this alone.
Wow.
Is Shana seeing any of this?
Sorry, with your perception check, there's also 2 secret doors in this room. You can see on the ground, you can see there's been areas where something has scraped against the floor. 100%. 2 of the bookshelves clearly move. Like, as you look, you can see very faint lines that mark off where they rotate and move out. One towards the northeast, one towards the southeast. 100%.
I'm going to investigate those secret doors.
Yeah, fantastic. Which one are you going to try and...
I'll try the north. I'll go to the north first.
Yeah, as you go to the... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to... For the party, are we all shoveling in books? And
yeah. Take the slate. I would definitely pick up the slate and run.
So everyone wants to do that.
And Lockie will be pointing out the ones like, take that one. That's rare.
Yes. So this is what I was going to say. So if you, as you guys look around this room,
Lockie,
the combined weight of all of these books, you're looking at like 10 tons. It's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah. The bag of holding can only hold 500.
500 kilos. So and there's already stuff in the bag of holding. Your bag of holding's also, I think it's already got like a couple 100 kilos in it already.
It's getting close. Yeah.
It is the rarest book.
For a pastry,
It currently tells me we're about 300.
So what each of you can do is you can roll, and here's the list of, I'll paste the skills that you can roll. You can roll on any one of these skills. So animal handling, athletics, arcana, history, medicine, nature, performance, persuasion, religion, or sleight of hand to find the most valuable book on that subject.
Okay, I'm doing persuasion then.
Because that's one of the things that's been written about in this library.
Well, look, I'm just gonna dump all my bardic inspirations real quick.
Yep.
Shana, you got a 22, but I got 13. I can do persuasion. And
each of you can do this. Each of you can do this. Those of you who are searching the bookshelves to try and find the most valuable book, each of you can do this. So
well, I'll give one to Shana, I'll give one to Lockie, and I'll give one to Mira because currently Yervith is looking at...
Yep. Shivers is going to look for a book on necromancy. 22 plus 6 is 28. So Shana, you find a book worth 280 gold pieces.
Wow.
Lockie, do we take your first roll?
Yeah, so cool.
So 28. Cool. So Lockie, you find a book worth 280 gold pieces. We're keeping nice and
No. Sorry. I have the Mind of Metal. I can roll with advantage. So that's 27
plus 7, so 34.
340 gold pieces is what you find, Lockie.
Wow.
Book worth 340 gold pieces. Mira, 10 plus 2 is 12. 120 gold pieces, Mira.
Yeah.
So if Shana's looked at persuasion, can I still look at persuasion, or do I need to check something else?
No, that's absolutely fine. So Lockie, you find... So yours is a book on history. Lockie, you find a treatise that basically outlines a history of the elven noble families on Nostea. At first guess, this is something that's worth you think like, oh yeah, this is probably worth a bit. And as you open it up and begin flicking through, this account starts with the arrival of elves on Nostea.
Oh, I was there.
Before the elves are high elves, Eladrin, wood elves, they don't exist yet. The elves in their base form, fleeing from the Feywilds.
You hold up a page. I mentioned.
Are you actually?
Not by name.
Oh.
Can I roll for sleight of hand, or am I busy?
You can roll sleight of hand because you're looking at the door, right? What are you trying to sleight of hand?
I think he's looking at the books.
Are you looking at the books as well? Okay, that's right.
We could probably call him over real quick.
You find 150, a book worth 150 gold pieces.
Cool. That's fine.
Shivers pulls out a book. On it is a terrifying, zombified face, and written in black cursive writing underneath. It says Necronomicon. I found this. I think this is worth something impressive, no?
Oh no.
Yes. Shit. Let's keep that
That one under lock and key, mate.
No,
Could be
this
worse.
is my book. This is all about necromancy.
Well, sure. Mira doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, look, Jin actually doesn't know nothing about the book, really. I don't think he would. So I don't think Jin would be phased.
Yeah.
Jared is like, yeah, no, that's not good, but I don't know. Jin doesn't know.
I don't know what a Necronomicon is. I'm like, oh, cool. Good for you. You're a necromancer. You have a Necronomicon. That's pretty sick.
Shana wants to know, is it made out of skin? Shana, do you have a bit of a closer look? Yes, it is definitely made out of skin.
Yeah.
It's even bound in a vessel.
Can you reanimate the book?
I wonder if I can. I will try this.
Probably a terrible idea.
I will focus and do this now. You have a bit of a look at the door to the north.
Yeah.
As you begin sort of having a pull on the door, you're sort of struggling to find the right latch and key. And just by chance, as you begin moving around, you begin pulling at the books. And as you reach down and pull one of the books on the lower shelf, click goes off.
Nice.
And the door opens in front of you. Inside, you can see a large, simple desk with several ink pots, some quills, but otherwise the room seems fairly empty as you look on in.
Oh.
Nice find you.
Can I go to the desk and see if there's anything in the desk, or?
Yeah, as you have a bit of a look over, you pull open the drawers, it looks like maybe there were things here. This place definitely was used for storage, but it looks like this room's actually been emptied. In a bit of a hurry, you can see there's a bit of a torn section of fabric on the side of the desk, and some of the drawers are actually half open, and a few sort of like scraps of dust marking where probably a lot of books once were, but have all been taken away.
Can I see if there are any other secret rooms in the secret room?
Yeah, do you want to make me an investigation check?
Oh, not my best roll.
16.
Not bad.
No more secret rooms in this room, but you do, as you have a bit of a look at the ink, this ink definitely is used for, like, as you look at it, this ink is slightly blue, there's a faint glow to it. This ink's magical, man. There's something up with this ink.
Take the ink.
As Yervith begins looking at the ink, you can add magical ink to it. As Yervith begins looking at the ink, the rest of you back in this main room, sound of rustling paper begins to fill the room. And as you look over at the desk, you watch as the blank pieces of paper and scrolls arranged around it begin folding into these shapes. And as they origami themselves into a series of bird-like forms, they rise up on papery wings and silently, making no noise at all, fly towards you.
Yes.
And that is where we're ending for tonight.
Damn.
Nice little cliffhanger to be ending the session on. So that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining us. I hope you've enjoyed our Tyranny of Dragons session. Really, really fun. You guys freed Taraz the Wise, or Taraz the Fair, sorry. Would you like to know why he's called Taraz the Fair?
Yes, please.
Because his fire hair colour is quite fair coloured. It's quite light.
Oh, nice.
I don't believe you.
Oh, okay. Do you want to roll an insight check against the Dungeon Master?
Is he good? Okay.
You're on such against me if you like. So no, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. As I said before, no Avatar Legends session tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I'll post on Twitter as well, so it's in the socials. But we will see you again next Monday for new Curse of Strahd as we actually start the campaign with episode 1. And we will be playing through the Death House module, except I have reworked it. It is now called Durst Manor. So I can now that Raf's not here, I can say Death House, because Jared knows about the Death House introductory module. But I'm not referring to it as Death House at any point, because if you refer to it as Death House, what's the motivation for people to look or even go near it? So
it's called the Life House.
It's the Life House.
Come back to life.
Yeah.
It's the happy house.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, I didn't tell my guys either it was the Death House. I just had 2 kids run up to them like, "Hey, we need help," and they're like, everyone's like, "Yeah, okay, let's go help the 2 kids."
I've got some great news. You will not be encountering any ghost children at the front of the house. I have completely reworked it. It's
and you sort of
I've given you a hook to go in.
Yeah,
I've given
my character fell for that hook, line, and sinker in your campaign, Jared.
Oh yeah, you were like the main,
and I was like, "Yeah, let's go help the guys. They need our help."
Lawful good cleric, like he's like, "Yes, help the kids."
Yeah, that would have been a bit of a surprise for you, Matt, heading in.
It was good.
Yeah,
Death House is really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to be having a lot of fun with that. It's completely reworked, so that'll be great fun. But that's Curse of Strahd on Monday nights. This is Tyranny of Dragons. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you all again really, really soon. Stay safe, stay well, and until we next see you, farewell. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
See everybody.
Bye.
Bye.